changing the game. So, because you guys are going to have to tell me if the volume is too loud. I don't know how much of this we're going to play. This is mostly so Izzet can see it at some point, and for those of you who've never seen it. This is not the enhanced edition. This is the original. Have a lot of fond nostalgic memories for Baldur's Gate 1, but the thing is, a lot of it isn't just nostalgia. Baldur's Gate 1 is, and you can read the Wikipedia article, it is officially credited with saving computer RPGs. Is it loud? Okay, hold on. I don't want to put it down too much because there is cinematic stuff. Oh, shoot. Gotta watch the beginning. Introduction. He who fights with monsters should look into it that he himself does not become a monster. When you gaze long into the abyss also gazes into you. It looks a little odd because I forced the resolution to be bigger than what it is using a program that I have called DXWND, which also forces games to play in Windows mode. It is a pain to set up, though. I'm not even talking right now.
There are others. I can show you. Please. Please.
I'll turn it down in a bit. So, I'll turn it down a little. Baldur's Gate takes place in the Forgotten Realms universe in what is known as 2nd Edition Advanced Dungeons & Dragons. As you notice, for any of you who follow D&D, it is no longer known as Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, and 2nd Edition is going to be entirely different from anything you are currently aware of. I'm giving you guys a glimpse into my beginning times with playing computer games ever, because this is one of the first computer games I did own for myself. And basically you end up going into character generation, and I'm going to show you some little things. But anyways, so press the gender button to begin creating your character, press cancel. Gender is pretty much cosmetic, will not affect your attributes or in any fashion. It does affect how certain characters will talk to you, though. I don't know in which way. I've always played a guy. I think I tried making a female character at one point, but then I was like, eh. Males of the realms can excel in whatever profession they choose. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, they say it for pretty much the same. They can excel in whatever profession they choose. Okay. So, pre-made character art. The art all looks good. The art is just really good. Here's the thing with the art, though. All of these pretty much correspond to an NPC character. I mean, this is literally Minsk and the little boo. If you pick one of these portraits, when you encounter the NPC, it just switches their portrait to something else, and it's really disturbing sometimes because of the random pictures it ends up choosing. So what I've done, custom. When Baldur's Gate first came out and when it was popular, it went batshit crazy. I also see how weirdly interlaced it is. They all look like a stud. Do they? Oh. I mean, he does. He does. He doesn't look like a stud. I wouldn't call this a stud. I always like this portrait, though. I have no idea who it's supposed to be attributed to in the game. It might be just a portrait that was done. He doesn't quite look like a stud to me. He does. Douchebag McGee here. I know this is an NPC character. This is an NPC character. He's actually a Red Wizard of Thay if you find him. I don't take him into my party just because I don't want to deal with a Red Wizard of Thay. I don't know what the Wizards of Thay have become in 5th edition at this point, but in the 2nd edition, they are absolute assholes. It's basically a mageocracy, where their kingdom is run by mages, from what I remember, and they are absolutely fucking brutal to anyone that's not a spellcaster. He's just greasy and slimy. This is what the 5th edition bards have become. Like, just... Oh, look at him. I think he's a cleric. I don't remember. God. We can't use this portrait. You'll see. This is Khalid. We can't touch Khalid. Now, I'm explaining it now. When you get Khalid, you get Jaheira with him, because Jaheira... Here, we'll go and show you Jaheira. Jaheira is Khalid's wife. Actually, let's show the female portraits. I always liked her, and I don't know what she's attributed to either. She's kind of a babe, too. She's pretty. She's a babe. Babe. This is, I think her name is Dynahair, this portrait is used for. Not so much a babe. This is like Karen going after the manager. This is Imoen. You don't touch this portrait, like on pain of death. This is Jaheira, who looks like what is it, Alyssa Milano? She looks like fucking Alyssa Milano. Jaheira's portrait changes in the 2nd game, which I prefer because I think she's an elf or she's a half-elf. Jaheira and Khalid come hand in hand. Jaheira is a druid, Khalid is a fighter. They're married. If you ask one of them to leave your party, the other one will leave with you, which really sucks because I never like Khalid as a fighter, but I always like Jaheira as a druid in my party. Now, here's the funny thing. I didn't have to worry about separating them because Khalid got critically hit in my playthrough, which causes his body to have exploded, which means he was no longer a character that I could resurrect, and he was actually removed from my roster, which made me super fucking happy because I got to keep Jaheira, but I didn't have to keep Khalid. And it's the only way to get rid of one of them, and it was just happenstance, and I was ecstatic when it happened. Anyways, this is the picture I found and doctored when I was younger to use. I don't know why, but I liked it. It's actually supposed to be a human character. I gave him pointy ears. Which, for using the paint program, is pretty decent. Just like, oh well, he exploded. Yes, you can stay, yeah. So, typically play an elf. So, 2nd edition, I'm not going to go through all of these, but they're definitely different. So, give you an idea of elf. Elves are looked upon as being frivolous and aloof. They concern this. Let's see, what does an elf get? They have a bonus to their dexterity, but incur a penalty to their constitution. I believe it's +1 dexterity, -1 constitution. +1 and -1 is a lot bigger difference than it is in 5th edition. A +1 is a massive increase in 2nd edition. There are 5 racial divisions of elves within the realms: gold elves, moon elves, wild elves, sea elves, and drow. There's no subdivisions and races in this game. You just pick human, elf, half-elf, gnome, halfling, or dwarf. That's it. Okay, 2nd edition D&D. It's very, very simple in that respect. Classes, yes, I was wrong. Whoever ended up mentioning it last time. That portrait is badass. I like how he's just gritting his teeth the entire time. I was completely wrong. I forgot that in second edition, yes, classes are restricted based on races. So an elf can be a fighter, a ranger, cleric, mage, thief, or you can multi-class. I don't want to multi-class because multi-classing is a pain in the ass. You can be a specialist mage. Sorcerer and monk monk existed in second edition, but it was an alternative class from an alternative module. It is not considered part of the core rules and therefore was not included in the original Baldur's Gate. Sorcerer did not exist. Sorcerer was a non-existent until third edition. You just make ebony skin and white hair. Ebony skin and white hair. What is that? Just like a White Walker? It's like a really bad Geralt. Which is, I'm not doing multi-class. I usually always end up as a mage because, well, I mean, are we really questioning this? Wizard strives to be a master of magical energy, shaping them, blah, 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 blah. We'll end up going into some of the differences as much as we can. Alignment. Alignment will affect how your characters end up viewing you in the game. Despite what I've done in other games... that's your elf subrace. I'll just change the color. Yeah, it's moon elves don't have white hair, do they? I think that's they typically have purple, blue, black. I think that's what moon elves are. I remember they have weird colors. I typically go chaotic good because. So, for those of you who don't know enough about D&D, the easiest way to remember these, instead of those complicated diagrams people give you. The first one, lawful, neutral, chaotic, is your character's outlook on society and its laws. Lawful means you follow the rules of the system, neutral means sometimes you follow them, and chaotic, you're just absolutely don't give a shit about the system's rules, okay? Your second one, good, neutral, evil, is your character's personal moral outlook on everything else. So a chaotic good character, for the most part, does not care about the rules of society, but has a very strong moral compass. There you go. Done. Anarchy, if you want an anarchy one, Grey Warden, chaotic neutral is classically known as batshit crazy. Because you have no rules in society and your moral compass is whatever goes. Okay? Chaotic evil is no rules in society and completely and utterly fucking selfish. So chaotic good for most intents is we're willing to break the law if it means we're doing the right thing. Abilities. Okay. These don't function like 5th edition at all. In order to get like a +1 in strength, I think we need a 16. My literal previous character, going back, because we will go back. We'll go all the way back. My literal previous character has a 16 strength, a 17 dexterity, a 17 constitution, 18 intelligence, 12 wisdom, 11 charisma. We are aiming for something in this range. 16 strength, he doesn't get a +1, but he can carry a decent amount. 17 dexterity means he's got a +2. He has a -2 bonus to his armor class. We'll get into that. Thaco is like the bane of existence. Constitution 17, I believe that gave him a +1 hit point. It might have given him +2. Intelligence 18, best intelligence you could possibly get as a mortal race. Wisdom 12 and charisma 11 did like nothing. But we're gonna end up like going back and just redoing this from scratch real quick, and it's into customs, just large and then small, and then we're done, and then we're going race, and we're doing elf, we're done, and we're doing class, and we're doing mage. I believe elves do have a resistance to enchantments in second edition. They're not immune to sleep spells, but they're highly resistant to them. Okay, so I did not cheat for those stats. Okay. Just to give you an idea, I did not cheat. You re-roll until you get something you like, and I got lucky. Give me a sec. I have a screenshot of my stats that I'm trying to... Okay, here we go. So it's 16, 17, 17, 18. Good luck. I don't know how the fuck... I just sat here and just glazed my eyes over until I had like 2 18s. So just look for 2 18s. And hate your life in the meantime. I believe the enhanced edition now has a number at the bottom that gives you a total, and I think I've heard the standard is if you want a really good character, aim within the 90 range. This, you would have to add them all up. We're not doing that. But you see how random it is? There is no point buy. This is not like your character is going to be equal to any other character. Your character can be absolute shit. So we have two 17s, but we have a 12, a 9, and 11. This is shit. Give me... There's one 18 and a whole bunch of other shit. Give me something good. Two 16s, two 14s. What does this add up to? Here. 9 essentially means you're not going to have anything negative. This is crap. This is not good enough. Ooh, two 18s and a 16. Eh. Shit. You know what? We're going to go with this. We could be a little bit lower than that. That's fine. Think we're okay here. I don't think we have any penalties. That's fine. Okay. Skills. Skills. So, you weren't just randomly proficient with shit. You didn't have, like, so you had certain weapon skills that you had to pick. So basically proficiency with weapons. So a wizard has the ability to be proficient with small swords. I'm not doing that. Small swords, I think, include daggers. Yeah, so the mage is only restricted to daggers. So small swords would include daggers and short swords. Mage or druid can select this, but they're only restricted to daggers. 3rd edition is where things opened up for those of you who don't know, that allowed your wizards to do whatever you wanted or your classes to be a little bit more customizable. 2nd edition, you can potentially, according to the paper rules, get your wizard to use a sword, but it takes a lot. We don't care about this one. Blunt weapons. This would basically be quarterstaff. Yeah, so mages can use this category, but are limited to staff alone. Missile weapons. This is what I've always used for my 2nd edition characters when I did play 2nd edition D&D, was missile weapons. Reason being, mage is limited to slings. You want a sling. So, 2nd edition D&D, unlike 5th edition, what you have now, and even 4th edition, I think, beforehand, cantrips weren't a thing. There were no 0 level spells. It was 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, all the way up to 9th level. And you did not have a magic spell as a wizard that you could just fling out to keep yourself alive on a regular basis. Your only way of attacking was to default to standard weapons. And the way that I kept my wizards away from battle is I gave them a fucking sling. Okay, we are getting armor because armor is freaking amazing. It lasts for 9 hours when you cast it, and it gives you a bonus to your armor class. It actually drops your armor class to 6. The lower your armor class, the better in 2nd edition. Don't get confused. There is no +1, +2. It is -1, -2. It is fucking confusing. And it's because of how THAC0 works. THAC0 is literally THAC 0. It's to hit armor class 0. And I cannot remember what the mathematical equation for that shit was, but it basically was like you rolled a number. I think it was you roll a die, so if you rolled like an 18, you subtract the target's armor from that. And that's the number. No, because you had a to-hit roll. Lower is better. You spelled it wrong, matey. It's a 0, not a no. By the way, so because I know these, because I've played the game, grease. Not using armor. This should be burning hands. This is color spray. Color spray is nice too. This is what? What is this? Charm person. This is blind. This is friends. This is charm identify. This is identify, not charm person. This is infravision. This is magic missile, which we definitely want at some point. Protection from evil. This is shield. Shield, I believe, protects us from magic missile and arrows. I'm trying to remember. Sets the wizard's armor class to 4 against all weapons and 2 against missile weapons. Oh, okay. Shield's really good, but the thing with shield is it lasts for 5 turns. Okay. Armor lasts for 9. Or 9 hours, I should say. 5 turns, 9 hours. This is basically 50 minutes, 9 hours. Okay. Shocking grasp. Sleep, which we want. Chill touch. Chromatic Orb, if you guys don't know Chromatic Orb, it's freaking amazing. It's not guaranteed to hit, but if it hits, each level of the Chromatic Orb has a different level of damage, and it also has a different secondary effect. After you get to a certain level with your character, it stops dealing damage, and it just does its secondary effect. And you're talking straight up, Orb hits, target fails, they turn to stone. Or at your higher level, Orb hits, target fails, they die. Straight up death. Larlock's Minor Drain, which I don't know what else this existed in outside of Baldur's Gate, but it's basically a 1d4 damage, so 1 to 4 damage, and then it heals you for 1 to 4. I think it was just a spell they included in Baldur's Gate to make it easier to be a wizard. Memorize mage spells, sleep. I usually choose armor, but we're in the beginning, we want something to keep us alive. Basic, and just choose your hair color. Skin. We're a pasty paley elf here. Be pasty. That's not pasty. That's not pasty. That's too, no. Be pasty! How wood elf can he be? Oh, fuck it. Major. Here, you get to be red. Why are you red? Because you're red. We don't want to be red. The color says red in the picture. Here, you can change these two, like, willy-nilly. Okay, voices. If you read the README file, I don't know if it's in the extended edition, you can actually make your own voices, and some of them are hysterical. Or, I mean, it tells you what to make, and you can make it, and I did make one once. I don't remember where it is, but I could totally have Isaac just make a voice.
Your life. I alone belong here.
I can't hear it.
I grow tired of wasting time. Death to you all! As it should be. I must rest my eyes.
I think I always pick this one. Name. Dilly. Done. Accept.
Nestled atop the cliffs that rise from the Sword Coast, the citadel of Candlekeep houses the finest and most comprehensive collection of writings on the face of Farron. It is an imposing fortress, kept in strict isolation from the intrigues that occasionally plague the rest of the Forgotten Realms. It is secluded, highly regimented, and it is home. Within these hallowed halls of knowledge, your story begins. You have spent most of your 20 years of life within this keep's austere walls.
20?
Under the tutelage of the sage Gorion.
I'm an elf.
Acting as your father, he has raised you on 1,000 tales of heroes and monsters, lovers and infidels, battles and tragedies. However, one story was always left untold. That of your true heritage. You have been told that you are an orphan, but your past is largely unknown. Lately, Gorion has been growing distant from you, as if some grave matter weighs heavily on his heart. You have asked about his concerns as gently as possible, but your queries have been in vain. Your sole comfort is the knowledge that he is a wise man, and you know he will tell you when the time is right. Nonetheless, his silence is troubling, and you cannot help but feel that something is terribly wrong. Today, Gorion has appeared more agitated than ever, and now he has uncharacteristically interrupted your chores in the middle of the day, imparting hurried instructions for you to equip yourself for travel. He has handed you what gold he can spare, but given no clue as to why. Nevertheless, you now stand before the Candlekeep Inn, ready to purchase what you need for an unplanned and unexpected journey.
Okay, so welcome to Baldur's Gate. This is literally the screen. There is no zooming in or out. That threw me for a bit too. I usually do this because you don't need that as big. For those of you who don't understand how spells in 2nd edition work, wizards in 5th edition basically have a whole bunch of spells that they can memorize, and then they have a certain number of spells that they can end up casting per level. I'm meaty, and that's fine. You don't have to worry about staying too long. In 2nd edition, you had to determine how many of each spell you wanted. So we have a single spell that we can cast right now, Sleep, with a singular spell slot. Okay. That's it. We either have sleep or we have armor. If I want to switch them out, I have to go to sleep. We have no other spells. Okay. Spellbook, completely blank. 2 spells. Done. Okay. Inventory. We have a quarterstaff. The simplest and humblest of staff weapons. The quarterstaff is a length of wood ranging 6 to 9 feet in length. High quality quarterstaff, blah, blah, blah. Magical weapons will have a little blurb about them that's pretty interesting. And sometimes they'll have history on why they're magical. But if you want stats, damage 1d6. If you know D&D, it's pretty simple. It's 1 to 6 damage. Damage type, crushing, which means good against skeletons and things like that. Have, like, crushing damage weaknesses. Weight is a factor, so it's 4. Speed factor is 4. That's how quickly you can end up swinging it. So the lower that factor, I believe, the better it is. Proficiency type is a blunt weapon. So we don't have proficiency in blunt weapons. We have it in missile weapons. Type, it's 2-handed. It's not usable by no one. Okay. Because we have proficiency. So here you go. Arthaco, 25. That's shit. Absolute goddamn shit. Why do we have 25? We are like the easiest thing on the face of the planet to hit. Oh my god. We're also level 1. You start out straight out level 1. Number of attacks. We get 1 attack. Lore is 13. I don't remember what lore was supposed to be for. Lore, I think, was more for Baldur's Gate. It makes it easier for... If I right-click on an object that's magical, you either have to magically identify it, or if you have a high enough lore, you can sometimes end up just identifying it on your own. Magic resistance 0. Reputation is average. Reputation will go up or down depending on what you do. AI script, none. We don't have an AI script. You can do your AI script in here. Saving throws, paralyzed, poison, death, 14. I don't worry about this too much because there's not a whole lot you can do from this unless you get items that do things about it. But you didn't have the simplified saving throws you do now. You literally have paralyzed, poison, death saving throw. Rod, staff, wand saving throw. Petrify, polymorph saving throw. Breath weapon saving throw. And then spell saving throw. Weapon proficiencies, we have a single proficiency on missile weapons. Once we get to a higher level, we're going to be able to get another proficiency point that we can put somewhere. If we put it into missile weapons, it makes us even better at using slings and darts. I believe it's just, I think it's mostly slings. I don't remember if darts or something else entirely. Ability bonuses. My armor class, -3. So I did get a bonus to my armor class because of my dexterity. Missile adjustments +2. By the way, notice that my hit points are 6 because my constitution is 17, so I get a bonus of +2. 2nd edition D&D, wizards start with 4 hit points, okay? Here's the other thing about this game. When you level up, you do not just get 4 hit points as a wizard. You will get 1 to 4 hit points plus your bonus. So whenever I've gotten close to leveling up my character, I usually have saved the game and then reloaded it depending on how many hit points I get. I usually allow it 3 to 4 because if you do level them up and you get 1 every single time, you're going to have a bad day. So Candlekeep In is what this says. You can see what here if I end up clicking. We don't have highlights on anything. There is no holding down buttons for highlights. We have to pixel hunt a little bit, but pixel hunting is not too bad in this game. Let's see. Gameplay. Auto pause. It auto pauses on character death if a weapon is unusable, if a character's target is destroyed. I believe I did that last time. I don't do end of round, that's annoying. I don't do if character's injured or hit, that's annoying. Character attack, that's probably should be whenever a party member is attacked. I think that'll auto pause it when we see the enemies. I don't know. We'll adjust that as we need to. Done. Return. Actually, what we should do, save. Beginning. Okay. Okay, so I'm not going to talk to the tutors. That's all these guys that are in green. All these guys in green robes are basically just teach you things about the game. I don't know what they did in the enhanced edition for that. I think they gave you a whole, like, oh, we're going to give you a tutorial on how to play the game. These guys were more than enough, along with other things, but I had played 2nd edition D&D before this came out. Ah yes, I'm back with the hollowed halls of Candlekeep with this iron crisis upon us. The trip from Baragos was more hazardous than I care to relate. You're Gorian's ward, aren't you? You have come into your own, if you would permit an old man jealous of youth to say so. I left an identify scroll with Tethoril in the inner grounds. He should be done examining it by now, so if you could fetch it for me, I'd be grateful. Doing the side quests in the very beginning is useful. Just because you want the experience points in the beginning. So rather than super duper rushing, we're gonna want to look. You don't need that. I don't think these are considered stealing, and we can't do anything about a locked chest. Who are you? It's a sleeping dwarf, it says. It's locked. Well, it's nice that you lock your stuff. Oh.
Don't touch me. I might catch something.
Yes, might I help you? Sorry to have disturbed you. Wrong. My apologies, I have been knee-deep in the tomes of the keep all day, and I am quiet in the fog as a result. Yes, indeed, you might help me to your valuables. I was just wondering who else was sharing the inn with me tonight. Who might you be? Who might you be? I might very well be anyone, but I am Christian of Waterdeep. Likely you would not know my family name or history, and this suits me well and good. These trips to Candlekeep are a bit of an extravagance on my part, and while I use no illicit substances or neither consort with hired company, I spend quite enough here that I should not like it common knowledge. To this end, I should appreciate it if you would forego your little attempt at introductions and leave me to my thoughts. Wow. Rude. Why does everyone just lock everything? It's just mean. Who are you? You're the same person.
Away with you, beggar.
What? I certainly hope there is an explanation for this intrusion. Explain yourself. Just getting to know the neighbors. Who might you be? My name is Quincy. Beyond that is my business and none of your concern. Leave, lest I report this intrusion to the guard. This game is text heavy. This is one of the reasons why I wasn't sure if Isaac would ever want to play it. It's text heavy. It is story heavy. It is straight up D&D. I believe he has a quest for me.
As clean as an elven arse.
I love you. Well, hello there, young one. Come visit your old pal Winthrop, have ye? Well, don't forget the 5,000 gold piece book entrance fee as per Candlekeep custom, don't you know? You always were the big kid or Winthrop. That gets funnier very nearly every time I hear it. Well, perhaps not quite so often. Ha! Just having a bit of fun with you, me friend. Them monks may be walking about with poles in their nethers, but you know you were always welcome here at my site. Gorian did well by you, he did. So is there anything I can do for you? Some drinks, a room to sleep, or anything to buy? Sure, what do you have? I want to buy... So... Throwing dagger is a missile weapon. A dart is a missile weapon. So, dart would be fine. Okay, sling. Here's the thing with a sling, though. It's useless without bullets. We want 3 of them, and I'll show you why we want 3. Okay, so that's going to cost us... It costs us like nothing. For some reason. Okay. Because you have a quiver, essentially, where you keep your ammo. And you have 3 slots. If you get a magic sling will only increase your chances of hitting. It will not actually deal extra damage. If you get a magic bullets, it will not increase your chances of hitting, but it will deal extra damage.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
I love that he says that. It's good to see you again as any other I could have laid eyes on. Make yourself as comfortable as you will. If you wish anything, just ask. Here, buy my stuff, fucking quarterstaff. Why don't you buy this? I don't want this. You can keep it. just leave it on the ground. Okay. You can see that I'm carrying a little sling barely, but yeah, no, I'm carrying a sling. So talking to characters is good. Some characters will just approach you. Who are you?
I should have joined the army.
Winthrop has kept his prices as low as he could, but I expect that to change soon. It's been weeks since a trading caravan has made it here. I should have joined the army.
Hello there.
Oh, hello. Have you seen my copy of the History of Halrua anywhere? You know how I can't stand the constant shuffling of arthritic's feet up in the library, so I thought I'd get a bit of fresh air just east of here. And, oh, I hate being so absent-minded. Please, if you find it, I really do need it back. So, journal. Firebeard Elvenhair, an old mage who makes the occasional visit here from Baragos, has left an identify scroll with Tethtoril in the inner grounds. I swear, without me to run its endless errands, this keep would crumble into the very dust from which it sprang. And then, dear absent-minded Fildia has lost another of her books, the History of Halrua this time. Last time she was at Candlekeep, she lost an entire 4-volume set in the hay we keep for the cows. So, now you gotta find it. Oh, look at the cow. I remember when I first played this game, I decided to go on a killing spree, and I killed all the cows. Actually, is there a quick save? I don't remember. Here, overwrite. Kill the cow! I haven't even hit the cow. I'm the greatest slinger ever. I can't hit a goddamn cow and I got 2 critical misses. There we go. Damage taken. 2. And you can't even see how much damage it has left. There we go. Morale failure. It's running. Doesn't run very well. There's F9. Is there?
Very well.
No. There is none. Not F9. F8? F7. F7 spell list. F12? No. I don't know. I don't think there is a quick save. I think Baldur's Gate 2 had a quick save. If there is, I don't know what it is. I'd have to look at the instructions. Priest's quarters.
Hello.
Oh, I don't want to talk to you.
Shall we continue your lesson?
No. Fuck you. I don't want to talk to you.
Hello.
Oh, no. Oh, goody goody. I've gone and found you first. You are the ward of Gryan, no doubt. I am. What can I do for you? Oh, our encounter shall be quite simple for you. Plainly put, I have made it my mission to end your life. Success will mean a little respect among my peers. So you see, you could do very little except die. Sleep spell.
I will make you dead and done.
But he stays asleep, even after you hit him. So just beat him to death. And now he's dead. And this is why I like sleep. Okay, the target attacked is absolute shit. Because I notice I'm like auto doing it on my own anyways. Here, what did you drop? Is it a dagger? And so your taste of wizards in 2nd edition, I have no more spells. So, oh yay, I'm glad I can just raid someone's house. What is it? Just a Warhammer. Nothing. So,
You
rest.
may not rest here. Either find an inn or rest outside.
I have no more spells. I used my one spell on that guy. Dilly, you cut yourself above the brow there. What is wrong, child? Something in your eyes tells me that something is very wrong indeed. Oh, I put someone to sleep and murdered them. Oh, Parda, there was a man in there. He smelled like the stables, and he tried to kill me. It was horrible. Hurry then, child. Equip yourself at the inn and go join Gryan on the steps of the library. I had a sense something like this might happen. I'm doing side quests. Just no.
What do you need?
Fieldia left one of her books in here again. It's in the hay there beside the cow. If you can run it over to her and then come back, I've got some plans for you. Where? Where is it? I don't see it. Oh, it's right there. Okay, what did she leave? History of Halrua. Halrua was settled centuries ago by wizards fleeing the Okay. I don't read history for a reason. We're gonna go give this back. I believe there is a way to make this, actually, I don't remember if you could make it move faster. I don't think you could.
Hello there.
My book, oh, you remind me of Gorion when you grin like that. Raising you has been hard on him, I know, but he says it's a toil to love, and a toil of destiny even. You must be a very special child indeed to draw such praise from a man of his silent nature. Here, take this little gem of mine. Maybe Winthrop will give you a little something for it. Did she just give me, oh my god, a lynx eye? It's a specific type of labradorite. Oh, okay. Anyways, I've got a gemstone. Oh, so wait. Where do we say wait? So we have 7 pounds that we're carrying. We can carry up to 120 pounds. We're not too worried. But the Warhammer is just fucking weighs 6. So I have a horrible, horrible habit of picking up everything I possibly can in this game, at least in the beginning, because you just want money. Because things get expensive. It's like Pillars of Eternity in that respect. And I love Pillars of Eternity for that. The true story on everything that's going on will take a long time for you to get to, but it is super worth it. And Baldur's Gate 2 picks it up where it left off. And it's great. Let's see, is there anything here? What is your deal?
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
I am pleased to see that you have taken time to pay tribute to wise Ogma. I don't remember who Ogma is the god of. I was wondering what you had to offer at this Temple of Wisdom. Oh, yeah. So if you go to temples, they'll end up... So here's your idea of money. If you ever equip a cursed item, expect to pay 500 gold pieces just to get it off yourself. So you better be identifying shit. It costs... Raised Dead is 100 gold piece per level. So it's 100 gold pieces to raise someone right now because they're level 1. But if you ever have someone that's more, that's higher level, it's just 100. So next level will be 200. You get the idea. Identify, you can pay to have things identified, costs 100 to identify. It's so much easier to get a wizard with an identification spell. Spend a night in an inn, have him identify everything, spend the night at the inn again. Potion of healing, and then you can donate. I don't remember what donations do for you. I never did it. I don't care. Temple of Ogma. So here's the map, as you can see so far. The map is relatively big. The game is massive. So some other things is each of the backgrounds were custom designed for the game. So they are like different with each one. Hey there, Dilly. I see you're up there early this day. Well, your father Gorion has asked me a strange favor. Seems like he wants you to learn some fighting and asked me to be the teacher, so I hope you brought your staff with you. I dropped it somewhere. Hostile creatures have red circles around their feet. Left clicking within the circle. I just hope you have an offensive spell memorized. If you have magical ability, try casting a spell at me by left clicking on... What? During our fight, I'm going to spring a little surprise on you. Remember, you can press the spacebar at any time and pause the game. This will give you time to think, especially when space surprise comes up. Are you ready now? Good.
Hey,
You did good, kid, especially after Eric started firing those arrows at you. What? Apparently, I hit him so hard I ended it. I'm sure your father would be proud. You should go talk to the Great Warden if you want some experience in fighting with a group of people. You can find him just south of here. Out there, it can be pretty important to know how to fight with allies at your side. Oh my god. Did I get experience for that? What was the point of that shit? He only took 2 damage. He's like, well, I guess you're good. I'm like, you just lazy ass. The storehouse. Hello.
By Moradin's hammer.
Thought I asked you to clean the rats out of this building yesterday already. Hop to it. Get in there. Reaver has once again pressed me into service in his storehouse. All reports suggest that our feline forces have turned traitor and that the rats are on the offensive. It appears that I am our last hope in the face of such an awesome display of power. Farewell, dear journal. Farewell. Okay. Oh, what's in here? Nothing. Hi, Lunars, kinda. Oh my god, the rats.
You insist.
Oh my god, the rats.
Life ends here.
I don't believe, yeah, you could freely move away from things. It's not like the current editions of D&D. There is no attacks of opportunity. So you can have your characters freely move away. Why are the cats doing nothing? Auto pause, target's gone. So you can go into your inventory, but I don't think it pauses it when you go into your inventory.
Mushroom.
So you want things... I may be wrong on that. Mr. Darkwolf, thank you for the follow. I'm gonna have to do a BRB in a bit to get some more coffee. Can I not waste all my sling bullets on this rat, please? It's not even doing damage to me. Here, let's walk over here. Just because we can. How dare you, rat? There, it's dead. So glad I've gained like 4 experience in here. Can I search anything in here? Yes. It's a ring. It's a silver ring. Okay. So yeah, welcome to old school where we had to pixel hunt on each of the objects. It wasn't too bad. We usually found things. Get out of my way, kitty. Kitty! Really upset because I want to get in here and the cat's not moving. Oh my god, he just opens it eventually. There was nothing in there. It's nothing. Don't yell at the kitty. I'm trying not to yell at the kitty. Oh, speaking of kitty, I think Bodhi is just asleep on Isaac's chair. Just lying there.
Why Moradin's hammer?
Oh yes, kill them like the rats they are. A glorious battle unlike any of this world has ever seen. Here's 5 gold pieces. Don't spend it all in one place. But you get 50 experience. Mental note, don't join the armed forces. They never inform you of the full danger when you enter, and they always pay you squat when you leave. Reaver gave me all of 5 gold pieces for putting my life on the line in there. Isn't there a Candlekeep People's Revolutionary Front I can join somewhere? No. Also, so my experience, 125. Here's the other thing. Look at how much you need to get to the next level. By the way, your experience amount changes depending upon your class. Rogues will level up the fastest in 2nd edition D&D. Mages don't level up relatively quickly. I need 2,500. I have 125. Hence why we're doing the side quests. Because if I want more than a single fucking spell, I need to get to level 2, or I can cast 2 spells. Level 3, I think you get 3 first level spells and 1 second level spell. But the thing is, unlike later editions of D&D that anyone might be used to, you're not spell slinging like crazy until you're much higher level, and even then you still don't want to be just throwing your spells like willy-nilly around because you have a limit on how many you can use. We're trying to map a little because I'm trying to see what I'm missing. Oh. Let's go here. Just tell him to come here. I believe this is your defensive mode. And what was this? Talking? I don't know. I never really used these buttons. I suppose you probably could, but I never did. Hey kid, I woke up late this morning and left my sword in the barracks before going on duty. If you want to get it from me, it's in the chest at the foot of my bed on the right side of the barracks. Quick now before the gate warden catches me without it. You'll also find an antidote there. I think Dreppen needs one for old Nessie. Whole one of the ever-present watchers here in the Candlekeep forgot his sword in the barracks this morning. He has asked me to fetch the weapon from its resting place in the chest against the right wall. We're not going to look at that for every single one, but I know that some of them are rather funny. Or giggly-inducing. Giggly-inducing? Giggle-inducing. We've been wanting to go through and play the early Baldur's Gate games, but you're always so bad at these kind of games. It's mostly just strategy affair. I played this when it first came out. I think I got it relatively soon when it first came out.
Are very strict.
Soon be gone, will ye? Ryan asked me to teach you a wit about the finer arts of mass combat afore you leave. Can I pique your interest with it, Dilly? Yes, Gay Warden, I would appreciate that. Good then, child, 'tis one thing to maintain control of yourself in the heat of battle, but 'tis another to maintain one's authority over a group. I've asked Obi the Illusionist to run through a few situations for ye down in the storage cellars. Please just follow me this way and I'll unlock the door for ye. I think I get experience for doing this, which is the only reason I'm doing it.
Wisdom is only possessed by the learned.
Dilly, the Gate Warden asked me to prepare a little going away party for you. A bit of mass combat practice is in order, I believe. Well, I'll make it real simple for you. Candorus, Mordain, Arcanus, Dieter, and Osprey are all going to join your party. You'll have to complete control over them, same as you will. Okay. Once you've joined your party, I'm going to summon in several illusions of common monsters you might encounter outside the safety of this keep. These illusions will attack the party. Okay. They're illusions. They won't be able to hurt you. Try your best to kill them, however, because in the real world, pain, harm, and even death are far more real. Some of your comrades will have magic items. Okay, we're not going to go into all this because I know how to play this. Am I going to exploit this? I'm not going to exploit... How am I going to exploit this? When you said Gate Warden, you thought you said my handle and got really... Oh, Gate Warden. Look at all the people that are in my party now. So you're a rogue. Oh, they're kobolds.
Hello.
You're a mage. Okay, stand back here.
Yes, friend?
You are a cleric. So here's Turn Undead. Which... Turn Undead for clerics in 2nd edition, they didn't have a certain number of times they could do it. They could just do it. So if you have a cleric in your party and you have undead and you want them to turn, you turn this on, and then they're just constantly attempting to turn undead during the fight. It's really nice at times. The thing is, most of the time they just scare the undead. They have to be really high level to destroy them. Really high. Not like 5th edition. Oh. She's a cleric mage.
Yes,
That's
friend?
interesting. Get over here.
Hello there.
And you are a... I don't know. You're a cleric fighter or a cleric. And you're probably just a fighter. Is that it? We just have these guys? Oh. Hey, where's Wizard Girl? Get over here. Here. Burning Hands. This way. No, don't. No. You can damage other members of your party. It's not like other games, because here, watch. Let's see if we could do this. Okay, so it's not so bad when it's close up.
Yes, friend?
Oh my god, just hit something. There. Killed one.
Hello there.
This is getting auto target gone. Let's get rid of that. Because that's getting annoying. Gameplay. Auto pause. Character death. Character's target destroyed. There we go.
I need a squeeze or something strong.
We have more?
Hello.
Frickin' throw and dart at that one.
Hello there.
I like how my character is just not involved in this. We're like,
I need a squeeze or
let's just do this.
strong. Dwarven ale.
Is there anything more here? I think we're done. Well, this was interesting.
Your wish?
Wisdom is
If you had enough, if you're ready to go, I'll teleport you back. Bring on some more monsters. I'm not ready to quit yet. I'll just deal with the monsters that I'm fighting now. And then just quietly search through everything that's
If
here.
you insist.
You think you're just bad at turn-based fighting strats? God, you should see more Poor Dudes and Banner Saga. Your Poor Dudes and Banner Saga. I need to play more Banner Saga.
Yes,
I barely
friend.
touched it.
Hello.
Where's our rogue? You. Okay, so I think rogue... This is basically your thieving thing. Lockpick failed. Lock succeeded. Nothing.
Hurry up! All right, all right.
Get this one. Only part way through the first game, but the story and style is fucking aces. Yeah, I didn't get very far through it, but it seemed like it was really, really good. I mean, it's, what, got 2 games? Oh my god, I think I've had enough. Just take me outside. I mean, they're working on what? The 3rd one? Or the 3rd one's already out? There you be. If you haven't trained with Obi yet, then the door is wide open. I'm done. Thanks.
I should have joined the army.
I was in one of the great spires of the keep last night and saw the strangest sights. The horizon was aglow for a time, as though many a man carried torches in the distance. Usually there are only merchants on that path, though never at night. Bandits perhaps, but so many. This one has the pause mechanic. This is actually the engine. So the Infinity engine was developed for Baldur's Gate. And from what I remember reading, I believe there was about 50 people on the team. None of them had ever had an experience in working on video games before. This was their first one, and I need to actually pick up this phone call because it might be for a job. So I will be right back. Yeah, slight reminder today that the stream has to end at 3 o'clock for an interview. I have... That's not the right screen. There we go. But anyways. Oh, no! Here, let's go up here. I wouldn't... But what I was trying to say before is... oh, thank you, Luna. I wouldn't concern yourself with this being a turn-based game because it definitely doesn't really feel like a turn-based game. So what I was saying is it was made by a team of 50. They hadn't had any experience with video games before. They created this engine which you're seeing, which is known as the Infinity engine. It was used with Baldur's Gate 2 and with the Icewind Dale series, as well as Planescape Torment. I never played Planescape Torment. I have no real desire to because I just don't care about the theme behind Planescape Torment. It's supposed to be really good, so if you're interested in it, don't turn it down. But pressing spacebar pauses the game. Similar mechanic that is used in... actually, it's the same mechanic that was used in Pillars of Eternity. But Pillars of Eternity, I believe, was made by a lot of the people that were originally on this team. And it works out really well because it plays well in that You give out your tactics and your strategies. You pause the game as necessary to change up tactics and strategies. You unpause the game to let all the characters do whatever they're gonna do.
I have a blade with your
Like
name
this
on
guy,
If you insist.
I'm not dealing with him. See, I got one hit in. There, you're Grind's little whelp, aren't you? Well, you match the description. You don't look so dangerous to me. When I first played this game, I knew he was bad news because his statement, if you didn't hear it, is, I have a blade with your name on it. Anyways. There, you're Grind's little whelp, aren't you? Yeah, you match the description. You don't look so dangerous to me. That I am. Do I know you? No, I don't believe you do. I'll not be here long, so it don't matter. You'll not be here long either, so it matters even less. Just thought I'd have a look at you. Pretty face, but I don't see what the fuss is about. No matter, I deliver your skull and I'm set for life. I'd have run away from him. It makes it harder for him to attack me. But it also gives me time to actually be able to use my sling again. So if you noticed, every single time you attack, it takes a little bit of time in between your attack. Oh my god, he's calling again. I'll be right back. Sorry for this. I need to. He's sending me an email, and I'm not quite sure what for. But I want to make sure that it's the right one. Okay. Here we go.
All right.
I believe there's a few guys that try to kill you. I think he's the last one that tries to kill you in here. Oh. I heard shouting. Dilly, are you alright? He's dead, whoever he was. He lunged at me with a knife. Oh, Karen. It is better you don't ask questions, Karen. You've instructed and inspired me throughout my childhood, and your heart would break to see what has just transpired here. Oh, child, you're too young for the life that is being thrust upon you. If you be fully equipped for your journey, I pray you run now to Grian on the library steps, for he is anxious to depart. Yes, shut up. I'm busy. Getting experience. So, I need to go to the barracks. I think it's here. Is this the barracks? Barracks. Because we need that sword. And there's another thing we need.
All right.
Oh, what a Meadfield night. That hole is just too much. Poor Sap had to go man the gate this morning. I don't know how he does it. What can I do for you anyways? Just wonder if you had any errands I could run. Errands? Yeah, actually I need a quarrel of crossbow bolts. If you could get some off of Winthrop at the inn, I'll reimburse you. Oh, very well. There'll be a few coins in it for you, too. So I've got to buy a quarrel of crossbow bolts. Oh my god. Just go. This is what we needed. So, since it's the barracks and there's guys here, we don't want to fuck with anything else because I don't think there's much of anything else we can do.
All right.
Who did... It was Hull, and I think he said... I like how we can go behind the houses. I used to map the hell out of all of these places and make sure there wasn't a speck of black left. I don't think we're going to try doing that as much. So if you hold tab over someone, the name thing pops up quicker. Otherwise, you can just hover, and I think it eventually does. Yeah, it does. That's the most you can do. Like I said, you can't do the highlights like you can with newer versions of the engine or engines similar to this. Because other engines that are similar to this, you can hold.
11
Tasha Wolf, thank you for the resub. 11 months, woo! Congratulations, it's almost 1 year. Took your sweet time, didn't you? Grind's a fool for trying to bring you up right, and you can tell him I said so too. If I didn't know any better, I'd say this whole iron crisis is a result of twerps like you wandering off with people's swords. Here's 10 gold pieces. Now get out of here. I'm on duty. And I think we got experience. Yeah, we got 50 experience. So there is an iron crisis going on in the Sword Coast, which is where this takes place. If you look at a map of Faerun, even now in 5th edition, the Sword Coast is still a big area. Baldur's Gate is a large city, and I'm pretty sure Candlekeep, which is where we're at, still exists. Candlekeep is supposed to be the repository for one of the largest sources of knowledge, at least on the Sword Coast, if not within Faerun. Faerun being the Forgotten Realms world, for those of you who don't know.
I can take Drizzt with both
Sorry,
my
young one,
arms
but
tied
not
behind
allowed
my
in here.
back.
Okay, whatever. We have to give this bottle to someone. I'm not going to worry about that black area. I just want to make sure I got as much as possible. And it looks like I'm about ready to wrap back around. Because when I was futzing around with this last night to make sure it played well, this area is just south of Winthrop's Inn. So we need a quarrel of crossbow bolts. And we need to take this antidote to someone, I think, probably the guy that's standing next to the cows. And we might want to consider getting more sling bullets, because we're almost out of one of the stacks.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
Good to see you again. As any other I could have laid eyes on, make yourself as comfortable as you will. So you can rent for a day. We're going to try... I'm going to sell him this. The silver ring, which we don't need. And that dagger. We're not selling him the antidote because we need that. But we're going to buy a quarrel of crossbow bolts. Buy. So here's all the weapons and armor you can buy. We don't need it. We can't wear it. Wizards can't wear this stuff. The concept of the wizards with armor, at least in 2nd edition, is that they need the freedom of movement in order to cast their spells properly. Their spells would as good as fail if they attempted to cast without it. Or if they attempted to cast while wearing armor. I don't think there was even a spell failure chance, which they added in 3rd edition. It just straight up was, you fail, you can't cast while you're wearing stuff like that. Now, who was it? Fuller's recovering his... Hull gave me 10 gold pieces for bringing him his own dumb sword. I should have charged him extra for the tongue lashing he gave me, though. He wants a quarrel of crossbow bolts. Hull. He told me to give this to someone. Is it you? No, you're the tutor. You're the tutor. This antidote's supposed to go to someone. I don't remember who. Doesn't it say? Hull, one of the ever-present watchers here in Candlekeep, forgot his sword in the barracks. He has asked me to fetch it from his weapon. Fuller's recovering from... Oh, it didn't put it in my inventory. It didn't put it in my... It's probably him. Dreppin. Nice day in it. Too bad Nessa here ain't enjoying it, though. Her being sick and all. I need to get her one of them potions of antidote off Hull. He stayed up drinking last night and got hauled out of bed to man the gates early this morning, so I bet he's got a few of them lying around somewheres. Okay. Talk to him again. Hey, you're a wonder, you are. Stick with me and we'll go far. Well, okay, stick with me and probably never leave the walls of Candlekeep, would we? Good thing you aren't wearing none of the metal armor, though, as I hear that the bandits out there would just as soon kill you as look at you to get it off your back. I just hope this whole Iron Crisis business is wrapped up soon. I forget what the Iron Crisis is supposed to be doing. We can sit here and stare at this.
What would you have me do?
We can also just keep double-clicking. But... this is where my character's going. Let's see. So we have 251 experience out of 2,500. Dear Lord. Takes forever to level. This game really wants you to pay attention to where you go and how difficult things get. Because if you go onto a map area and you notice that things are very difficult to kill, you're probably not meant to be there, and you need to get the hell out until you're ready to be there. So there is a difficulty curve, but the difficulty curve is kind of obvious. You just have to pay attention. If you make a beeline, like someone's coming out of there. If you make a beeline to where you're supposed to be immediately after Candlekeep, you will have a bad time.
All right.
Because going in there at low level is just going to get you killed.
I should have joined the army.
Here you are, you little money grubber. Put a few gold pieces in your purse. There we go. How much did he give me? Whatever. I don't care. Gave me 10 gold. I think I did everyone's thing, so we can go here now.
All right.
So, as stupid as it is to do everyone's little quests in the beginning, it does give you a little bit of money to start off with. Which is good, especially if you need to equip yourself and you're a different character. Plus, it's just, you need the experience. The experience is good.
Hey, it's me, Emmoen.
I'm surprised that stuffy old Gorion let you away from your studies and chores. That old fiddle-faddle. I snuck off too. Old Puffguts Winthrop was looking for me, but I've got all day to do his chores. You have time for a story today? No, I can tell you don't. What have you been up to? I'm afraid I cannot chat today, little one. My foster father wishes me to prepare. I'm sorry, child, but my foster father wishes me to prepare for a journey, but will not say to where. Little one, I'm not much younger than you, though. You sure got tall fast, relatively anyway. A journey, eh? I never get to travel. Wish I could go with you. Yep, I really wish I could. Yes, sir, really do. All right, I get the message. I'll ask if you can go with us. Oh, don't be silly. Grime would never even let you finish the sentence, especially after what the letter of his said. Or did I say that? No, of course I didn't. Never saw no letter. Nope, I'll just get back to work now. You'd better get going. Gorion is waiting.
You're a queer fellow.
Don't keep Mr. G waiting now. Come on, you get going. I don't remember if there's any other quests in here. How's the game so far? The game's great. I mean, I've played it and I've beaten it. I know what the story is. I don't remember what the Iron Crisis... I remember the Iron Crisis shortage has a key component to play in what's going on. I don't remember exactly how or why.
The Lord of Murder shall perish, but in his doom he shall spawn a score of mortal progeny. Chaos will be sown from their passage. So saith the wise Alondo. Will walk alongside us as equals. In the year of the turds, so saith the great host will come from the east like a plague of locusts. The Lord of Murder shall perish, saith the wise Alondo. But in his doom he shall spawn a score of mortal progeny.
There's little butterflies and everything. I forgot about those chanters. All you remember is that this is during the Times of Trouble period. I don't even know what the Times of Trouble are because I don't really pay attention to the
I should have joined the army.
time period. Winthrop has kept his price as low as he could. I don't remember the time. I don't really pay attention to the history and time period of Faerun. I know that there's different times. I know that there's been a lot of issues with gods before.
Greetings, young one.
Firebeat sent you to me, has he? Well, very well. Return the scroll to him, but you must hurry and speak with Gorion. He's waiting for you on the steps of the Central Library. Assure you, child, it's a matter of greatest urgency. I forgot about this one. Isn't he over here? Can you just go there?
What would you have me do?
Okay, there is a way out that's up here. It deals with the storyline, God all I know. I mean, most good Forgotten Realms stories involve the gods in some way or other, it seems. Like Elminster alone. I don't think Elminster's in this one. I don't remember. I know that Kelvin Blackstaff is in this one. Oh, he's in the inn. That's right. Kelvin Blackstaff is a major character in the Forgotten Realms universe. He's named Blackstaff because he carries a black staff, but apparently the black staff is a very, very powerful magical artifact. I somehow successfully killed him on one of my playthroughs of this game, and I picked his staff up, and it's literally a fucking +1 staff they gave him in the game. I don't know why. Probably because they didn't want you to have a staff that powerful. I believe there is a Staff of the Magi somewhere in this game you can get, and Staff of the Magi are pretty freaking powerful. Bye, Meaty. I'm glad to see that age has not hardened your heart towards an old man such as myself. I'll take all your identify scrolls. I have a great use for these types of scrolls. Here, allow me to cast a little spell on you. It will protect you from any evil you might meet tonight. That would have been useful earlier. It does not last long. I don't even know how long it lasts. I don't know what level he is when he casts this. He casts protection from evil on me, which would have been great earlier. So that's the glowy effect we have. So the other problem is we don't have any spells to our name. No staff for you. I wanted Kelvin's black staff. All I heard was it was really powerful, and I was so excited with the fact that I somehow killed him. You can buff the hell out of your characters in this game as well, which is funny. But oh, my spell wore off. Of course it did. Go to grind and listen well, for without knowledge, life is a mere shadow of death. Thank you. Here's Gorion. Look at how amazing his hair is. No one else gets hair like this.
Oh, my child, I am glad I have found you.
I am walking around you. It's locked. You can't go into Candlekeep.
Oh, my child, I am glad I have found you.
This is very unnerving, I know, but you must trust me. It is very important that you pack your possessions so that we may leave Candlekeep immediately. Hurry, for there is no time to tarry. The keep is well protected, but not invulnerable. Please, Father, tell me where we are going. What could possibly harm us here? This place is a fortress. What should I bring with me on this journey? If you would just give me some clues as to what I will need. My dear child, you should know yourself well enough to purchase the gear you need. I have given you what I can spare, so hurry off to the inn and speak with Winthrop. Use your skills as a reference and buy what basics you must, though spend wisely. His prices are fair, but you may not have enough gold to purchase all that you would want. What could possibly harm us here? This place is a fortress and guarded beyond measure. Candlekeep is indeed a formidable obstacle for ne'er-do-wells, but it is not insurmountable. No matter how thick the mesh, at least one mosquito always finds its way through. No, my child, we must leave as soon as possible for our safety and for that of our friends here. I'm ready to go. Well, please, Father, tell me where we will be going. Alas, I cannot, for I have not truly decided yet. All that is certain is that we will be far safer on the move. Perhaps the woods might offer some secluded security, or perhaps the city of Baldur's Gate would offer cover amidst its teeming throngs of people. I do not know where we shall end up, but I have a few friends here and there. I will think on this. I'm ready to go right now.
Listen carefully. If we ever become separated, it is imperative that you make...
You cannot hear this. I'm gonna raise it. He says something about we have to make, if we ever become separated, it's imperative that you make your way.
The night can only get worse, so we must find shelter soon. Don't worry. I will explain everything as soon as there is time. Wait, there is something wrong. We are in an ambush.
You're perceptive for an old man. You know why I'm here. Hand over your ward and no one will be hurt. If you resist, it shall be a waste of your life.
I'll explain the Rentit after this.
You're a fool if you believe I would trust your benevolence. Step aside and you and your lackeys will be unhurt.
I'm sorry that you feel that way, old man.
Get out of here!
dawn is especially cruel this morning. You awake with the realization that you have not been living some horrible dream. Ambushed, you saw Gorion cut down before your eyes, and even his powerful magic could not stop the onslaught. It was his wish that you flee, but that does not remove the feeling of helplessness that now overwhelms you. Hand over your ward, the armored fiend had said. He was after you and you alone, but why? If only Gorion had given some clue. But now you are alone and lost. Candlekeep is near, but you will find no quarter there. The readers pay for their serenity with rather draconian entry rules, and without Gorion's influence, their doors will remain closed. You will not last long on your own with your meager equipment. Perhaps you can get some help from the friends Gorion mentioned, the ones at the Friendly Arm.
I'll explain some things in a bit.
Hey, it's me, Emoen.
Just follows you. Sorry I followed you, but I never get out of Candlekeep, and those monks are such a bore. Never any decent coin in their pockets, neither. I saw Gorion, I'm so sorry. Kind of figured something bad might happen to you out there. How could you have known? Gorion did not even tell me. I don't want to be a bitch to her. I accidentally read a letter on his desk the other day. Can't remember exactly what it said, but he might still have... It might be on his body. Anyway, I'm not going to let you wander around out here all alone. Never let a friend down. No, sir. Stick with me until you say otherwise, I will. So Imoen's your first party member, and just as she said, we want to get up here.
Your wish?
Because that's where everything is. You're damaged when you start out because you did get hit with a spell. For somehow you only got 1 point of damage. You got hit with Melf's acid arrow, and the fact that you got away with 1 point of damage it's beyond, like, I have no idea how the hell that happened. Melf's acid arrow is a 2nd level spell, I believe. Is it 2nd or is it 3rd? It's 3rd. I don't remember. But it deals regular damage over time. So we're gonna save. So we now have Emoen in our party. She has a wand of magic missiles. I don't remember if she can use these. Not usable by... A wand can be used by anyone? Well, you're not using that. Okay. Healing potion put in here, because quick slots. We're stacking these. I believe this is a potion of speed. Yeah, this is as good as drinking a potion of haste. Another healing potion put here. Okay.
Hurry up! All right, all right.
So we're gonna go up and we're gonna find out what Gorion had in his body. Okay, so the red tint that you saw at night. For those of you who don't know about 2nd edition D&D, low light vision was not a thing. What elves had and half-elves had was known as infravision, where they could see the body heat signatures of other creatures and people and stuff. So because I'm playing an elf character, rather than it being absolutely dark at night, we can see the outlines of the heat of the other enemies. So we have a head, like, knowledge, whatever. We can see better at night because of the infravision. I like the idea of low light vision better, but infravision worked well enough, and it works well enough for this game. And it's neat that they included it. So, oh, there we go. Look at all this stuff everything died with. Let's go get everything. Made some money. I hear Bodhi. What is this? Just a necklace and a morning star? I thought someone else died up here. No. Well, if they did, they didn't leave anything. Here's Gorion's body. How nice. Oh god, so elves are predators of Baldur's Gate. No. It's not just elves that end up having... I think elves mostly have infravision. I don't remember what other races have it. Dwarves, I believe... No, dark vision didn't exist at the time. Hold on real quick. I want to check this email and make sure I didn't need to do anything with it. Okay. Interesting. I just read it. So this is where you got Bodhi's name? No. Wait, how would I get Bodhi's name from this? No, I don't know. Isaac's the one that that chose Bodhi's name, and it was because of the Bodhi tree. Oh, man. Never mind. No. No. Oh, you thought Baldur's... No, not... No. My friend Gorion, please forgive the abruptness with which I now write, but time is short and there is much to be done. What we have long feared may soon come to pass, though not in the manner foretold and certainly not in the proper time frame. As we both know, forecasting these events has proved increasingly difficult, leaving little option other than a leap of faith. We have done what we can for those in thy care, but the time nears when we must step back and let matters take what course they will. We have perhaps been a touch too sheltering in this point. Despite my desire to remain neutral in this matter, I could not, in good conscience, let events proceed without some measure of warning. The other side will move very soon, and I urge thee to leave Candlekeep this very night, if possible. The darkness may seem equally threatening, but a moving target is much harder to hit, regardless of how sparse the cover. A fighting chance is all that can be asked for at this point. Should anything go awry, do not hesitate to seek aid from travelers along the way. I do not need to remind thee that it is a dangerous land even without our current concerns, and a party is stronger than an individual in all respects. Should additional assistance be required, I understand that Jahira and Khalid are currently at the Friendly Arm Inn. They know little of what has passed, but they are ever thy friends and will no doubt help however they can. Luck be with us all. I'm getting too old for this E. I wonder if E is Elminster. Huh.
What you want?
So you have two different weapons you can give. I don't remember what her abilities are. Let's see. What is she proficient in? Small swords and bows. Well, that works out because we can give her this dagger. Because typically I had her use bows, but if she runs out of arrows or she gets close to something gets close to her, we want her to swap. I believe there is, if I remember, if it works like that, the moment something's within melee range, I believe you get a penalty to hit if you are using a... I may be totally wrong on that, but I think you get a penalty to hit. Oh, I can't just click in the middle of nothing. I have to be like this. We are actively... I'm searching for potential, like, things to kill. Because any experience is good experience. This is the ocean. They're great. The fuck?
Hello. Nice to make the acquaintance of such a cultured person.
Hello, well, I was about to tell you not to come any closer, but that never seems to work, does it? Well, regardless, I should remain true to the genre. Don't come any closer or I'll jump. Yeah, you heard me, and I'll do it too, so don't come any closer again. And don't try to stop me. By all means, jump if you must. More air for the rest of us. No, by all the gods, do not do such a thing. There is so much to live for. Okay. No, by all the gods. You're right, of course. What a fool I was to think this would solve anything. It didn't solve anything the last time I stood here and was stopped, nor the time before that. I really should develop a better method of dealing with adversity. It's such a long walk as well. Perhaps if I had Mumsy construct a cliff closer to town. Oh, well, thanks for your concern. Ta. Why can't you guys hit him? Just wasted, like, bullets doing that.
Alright, alright.
Have I played this game much before? I have played and beaten. I'm doing this mostly to show people what Baldur's Gate 1 is like, and hopefully just show Isaac what it's like. I would love to get Isaac to play it, but I don't think he's... He says he doesn't like the pause mechanic in games. He said he absolutely hated Dragon Age Origins. I don't know. He gets really picky about certain games. I think this is the path to Candlekeep. So it doesn't help us. Yeah. So we're trying to get up here, so... Yeah, this goes to Candlekeep. Candlekeep's worthless to us. Aw, shucks. Yeah, I really, really, really wanted him to play this one. Because it's 2nd edition D&D. It would give him an idea of what D&D is like. Isaac hated Dragon Age Origins. He hated the combat system. Yeah, he didn't like it. To be fair, real-time combat is always too much for me. I love when games specifically let me pause and think. Well, this one does. I mean, I'm doing it right now. Like, it's just spacebar. It's the same system as Dragon Age Origins, which I know I mentioned that Pillars of Eternity does it too. I completely forgot Dragon Age Origin does it. Can you go here? Yeah, High Hedge. We're not going to High Hedge.
All right, all right.
So in order to uncover places on the map, you need to basically click in certain directions with this little navigation wheel. By the way, in case you guys had never heard before, I'll do it right now. Yeah, I know it's a personal preference. For Isaac, it's pretty much a personal preference as well.
You're a queer. I'm gone. What you want? Yep, I care not.
What would you have me do?
So, this originated here.
Well,
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
This was never a thing until Baldur's Gate, so every time you hear that, or as a meme or anything, it is a Baldur's Gate
if you
reference.
insist.
So other little things that are different between this and, like, newer editions of D&D. The little purple light spell that Gorion had used where you saw a bunch of balls come out, that was Magic Missile. Magic Missile does not work the same. Ooh, is it just one?
My blade will cut you down to size.
Oh god. It's coming after me, M.O.N.
Queer fellow.
How much damage does this wolf need to take?
What would you have me do?
God damn it, him! She's all like, yeah, I did it at the end. Here's your first of the death scene. Oh my god. Load. God fucking damn it. We had all that mapped out.
All right, all right.
Let's just go down and just uncover High Wind, and then we'll just go up and we'll find that wolf again. Hi, Perot. I actually like this system. It works well, but it did when the game first came out, I was very iffy with it because I like turn-based a little bit more than for RPGs sometimes. But I've grown to very much love this pause mechanic.
All right.
Because it gives me the feel of turn-based without it being super turn-based. I'm gonna do a quick BRB. I'm gonna get some more coffee, and I'm gonna shove the last bit of sandwich down my throat. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about the lack of BRB screen. You feel the pause mechanic is only good as an option, to be honest. Really hard for you to play something like Pillars of Eternity or Tyranny, as those games lend themselves to turn-based combat. That's why you would never get into them, but you have 80 hours on Divinity 2. If you don't mind skipping the story and hearing a synopsis of Pillars of Eternity 1, Pillars of Eternity 2 does allow you to play it in turn-based. It has the traditional pause mechanic, but they also built a turn-based mode into it, which I've tried, and it actually works very well. I prefer playing it in real time, but it does work very, very, very well. Anyways, what I was saying was Brian has the little, like, purpley orbs that flew out. Those were spells, or that was Magic Missile. Let's have him go after Imoen. That.
You're a queer
Oh
fellow.
my God.
This way.
Hurry up! Very well.
Imoen's dead! This wolf is gonna kill us! Oh my God. Okay, load. Oh my God, one wolf. One fucking wolf. So today's stream ends at 3. Yeah, it ends at 3. It ends a little bit before 3, so that for the interview. If the interview is just over the phone, I could potentially just put the stream into a BRB, but I think it's going to be a minimum of 20 minutes, and every time someone says it's 20 minutes, it ends up being like double that for me. It's great to hear you haven't been able to look into Pillars of Eternity. You know when you played it because it was longer, small indie. It was no longer a small indie dev, huh? I played it on stream a bit, and I think I showcased it, but you may not have seen it. I think I showed the turn-based aspect of it.
Hello there.
Hello? Well, busy day for me today indeed. Strange noses throughout the night. Now a plethora of people strolling about the wood. You do look a touch more hospitable than the last two I met, though. Well met, stranger. I am called Colstead. You saw two people in the wood. I was told to meet some friends at the Friendly Arm Inn. Perhaps they and the ones you met are the one and the same. I doubt these are the ones you seek. They do not seem the friendly type and are far afield of the inn. If you wish to meet them, I left them not a moment ago just up the road. You'll have to pass them anyway if you wish to go to the Friendly Arm. There is a crossroads away to the east, and the inn is north of that. Thanks for your time. I shall be on my way. Fare thee well, as they say. I don't remember if he's good or not, and I don't want to give him information. Oh, thank you, Bory Bird. The easiest way for us to deal with that wolf? Sleep. I abuse the sleep system in this a lot for spellcasters. Oh God.
What would you have me do? Very well.
Well, that was 35 experience. Yeah, you can't set a watch so you can be ambushed. However, that was 35 experience. You talked with your friend and said you needed a break, apparently, even though he's been ignoring you for months, but you guessed you'll just wait and see. Fucking sucks. Okay. We have our sleep spell back.
Your wish?
Let's try and deal with that wolf where we can put it to sleep. At least they talk to you, but that's never a good thing when they say that kind of thing. It's like, break from what? like seriously, from what? Okay.
Hurry up!
Except him. Okay. Sleep spell. So here's what I'm going to show you about the spells. So typically in D&D, when you engage in combat, you make an initiative check. Each of the characters are making an initiative check, and it's based off of. So what am I stringing into arrows again? Probably this week at some point, actually. Isaac wanted me to tweet the devs this time, or at least tweet it and do a hashtag Duero so the devs can see it. Which I like to do, because I want them to get recognition, because it's a really good game. Anyways, so when you begin combat in D&D, you basically make an initiative roll. This game is very, very similar in that respect. All these rolls are done behind the scenes. When the characters are attacking and you see, like, Imoen attack shooting her bow, or my character ended up shooting his sling right now, it's based upon how fast their reaction is, and the reaction is based off of that initiative roll mixed with their dexterity check. Spells have casting time. Almost every single spell has a casting time of whatever its spell level is. So think of it this way. You roll, and after all of your checks with your dexterity, let's say you have an initiative of 3. Okay? So when the DM starts counting, it's like 1, 2, 3. Whoever has 3 initiative goes. Okay, you're a wizard. You're now casting a spell in 2nd edition. Okay, 4. Your spell goes off. Now, let's just imagine if you're casting a 5th level spell. You'd be 1, 2, 3. Start casting your spell. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if any time in between that something attacks and smacks you, you can interrupt your spell casting. Higher level of the spell, the longer it takes to cast a spell. The lower the level of the spell, the easier it is to get it off quickly. That's the basic gist of this. So, duration, 5 rounds per level. They stay asleep longer the more powerful you are. Area of effect is special. I think it's relatively large. It's 30 feet of each other. Creatures must be within 30 feet of each other, so wherever it lands off. Okay. Cast. Yeah. Oh my god. The wolf saved versus death, which is apparently the saving throw for sleep. And Imoen died in a single hit. Oh, that was amazing. You'll deal with a lot of that in the beginning of this game, but it's just like, you deal with it. I could be making my life easier and just getting more party members instead of dealing with this, but whatever. This is just way too fantastic the way it is right now. You were correct, it is useless. Sleep is really, really good for a while. The problem with sleep in 2nd edition is eventually, as you get to higher levels, it's absolutely worthless. So the sleep spell, and it doesn't work like this in 5th edition. 5th edition, it's still useful. All creatures to be affected by the spell must be within 30 feet of each other. Creatures in the area of effect must make a saving throw at a -3 penalty or fall asleep. Monsters with 4+3 hit dice or more are unaffected. The wolf made a saving throw. We know it's going to be affected as long as it goes off. The thing is that once you get to a certain point where your monsters you're encountering have 4 and higher hit dice, the sleep spell's useless. It sucks because it's such a nice spell, but it's absolute shit later on. Which is why you get rid of it. I usually swap it out for Magic Missile later on. Are you serious?
You're a queer fellow.
Just here. Switch to that.
Your wish? Very well.
I think we're gonna die again. The wolf is just really strong. Imoen. Are you kidding? Imoen critically missed the wolf. Are you kidding?
What you want?
How much life do you have? 4 out of 8. Drink this.
Hurry up!
Yep, I'm gone.
Weapon unusable. It's not. Oh, it's unusable because I ran out of bullets, but it automatically goes to the next bullet.
What would you have me
So I don't know why it does that. Just the nature of it. And she's down to 4 hit points again. Just hit. Imoen, hit it. She's like, no. Oh my god, she's useless. You wouldn't know. You can't get a group together that doesn't fall apart. Are you talking about D&D? That's kind of like the nature of D&D, unfortunately. Is finding people that actually make time to work together and that don't end up falling apart. It's like the ever constant issue. This day and age, I like playing D&D in video games more than in person. I don't mind playing it in person. Isaac has a lot more patience in it than I do, as far as being a DM. I like being a DM, but I end up putting so much time and effort into what I end up creating. It's just... But it takes me too long to put something together. And it takes up a lot of time and energy. Okay.
You're a queer fellow.
Trying this again.
Done had enough of this.
Why is this wolf just constantly saving versus death? Okay. Here.
What you want? I've done. I feel so cold.
Are you gonna attack?
Yep, I'm gone.
We're doing this. Oh, Amlet's dead. Oh, God. Okay. You know what we're gonna do? We're wimpy and we're not dealing with a wolf. We're leaving.
All right.
In person, that's straight impossible. Last time you can already tell. Well, the wolf is a lot stronger than I want it to be right now. I think I am biting off more than I can chew. I just need to leave it. Leave the wolf behind. Deal with just following the road. We need to get other party members. The last time you had a stable group was never. I've had stable groups before. It's just really hard. Not to mention you've designed a nice place that people might just ignore everything, not explore. So it's like a waste of time. It's not a waste of time because you can end up using that stuff for later on, and especially if you make a campaign world with a limited area that you keep the adventurers in or find ways to keep them in, you'll end up using those spots over and over and over. When I first played D&D, it was with 2nd edition, my DM had created a village that we kept coming back to, and we got to know all the townspeople there and all the people.
Now leave me be.
Hello there, kid. Rather strange place to be wandering, ain't it? My companion has something to say to you.
Montalon, you are so aggravating.
Child-
Disturbing to my demeanor.
A child wandering in the wilderness? Surely you must be none too bright to be traveling these roads. And ye look a bit scuffed too, a fine pair of troubles all your own. Indeed, I can offer you healing potions if you wish as a token of goodwill. I'd prefer to manage on my own. Do you not trust us? I'll not be insulted by this whelp. Now, Montaron, had I just been attacked, I might be leery as well, so be it. I shall not heal you. Refuse if ye wish. Neither shall I hold thee to a debt of honor for slighting my good intentions, though your conscience may, just like all good people. Perhaps as payment you would go with us to Nashkel. It is a troubled area, and we mean to investigate some disturbing rumors surrounding the local mine. Some acquaintances are very concerned about the iron shortage, specifically where to lay blame in the matter. You would be useful, though I'll not hold you to it. We are to meet the mayor of the town, a man named Garun Gastkill, I believe. Your conscience be your guide. Go on your way and leave me be. I would go my own path. You won't do this for me? You're bad, and I'll have someone hurt you. You'll see, that's one's a meanie. Monty, not a nice child at all. Now you've gone and set him off. Blasted mage will blither for hours. Off with ye. I'll not suffer the both of ye. I turn them away because I've played the game before, as I've mentioned. They're both evil. I'm not willing to take them into my party. They will fuck with you later. If you feel like things are being wasted, you're DMing wrong, you're trying to write out a story without the players. Yeah, and you put the stuff there for use later or for use in case it happens. As I've told Isaac when he was first learning how to D&D, I told him, I said, don't go into too much depth with certain things. Just be aware that certain things may be overlooked or passed or whatever, and you need to let the players end up choosing the story. You can help direct them in some ways and cases, but the players should be helping you to create the story, because that's the way D&D is best played. Candlekeep Coastway. Okay, yeah. We are ignoring them. So yeah, I don't want to deal with them because I know that they're evil. Like I said, I know they will fuck with you. The mage is actually is a necromancer, I believe, if I remember correctly. And while they would help you as characters for a bit, they're not they're not needed. Sorry, chum, but I can't stop to chat. There's been another caravan raided northeast of Baragos, and I must report of these dire straits to the Grand Dukes. The messenger's work is never done. Oh God!
I'm gone.
Hurry up! All right, all right.
It's a wolf. Oops. Let Imowen just attack it. Imowen, hit it! Ooh, look at that! Critical hit, 10 damage. Oh my god. Here, let's just turn them down and we'll save it after that. I didn't know there was a wolf right there. You could, I think, technically take them with you and then just get rid of them later. One of the greatest parts of D&D, sometimes a character you had no plans of becoming a recurring party favorite. Yeah. Things like that are pretty cool. How much health do wolves have? You know what? Let's look it up. AD&D. Monster Manual Wolf. It's 5th edition. AD&D 2E. 2nd edition Monstrous Manual. I don't think this is in English, though, that I just found. More than 12? Yeah, no, they're strong. They're very, very, very strong from what I remember. Wolf. There we go. 2nd edition D&D. Their armor class is 7. They have 3 hit dice. Oh, God. Their attack goes 18. They get 1 attack, and they do 2 to 5 damage per attack. So, since my character is at 6 hit points, yeah, 1 critical hit can kill him. How much hit points do they have? But 3 hit dice, so I think... What is that? 18 life, potentially? I don't know what a hit die is equated to in 2nd edition. Can't you just Google the Baldur's Gate wiki? It uses the same setup as the Monster Manual for 2nd edition. It's just easier to do it that way. Here, let's go here.
You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
Are you kidding?
What would you have me do?
How are we going to defend ourselves from this?
Your wish?
God damn it! I didn't remember this game being so hard in the beginning. I guess technically here, autosave because I went there. Oh my god.
You insist.
Can I just... So you have to follow the road, so you have to go here first. Here, okay.
Oh, there, wanderer. Stay thy course a moment to indulge an old man.
That's Elminster. Fuck you, that's Elminster. Stay thy course to a moment to indulge an old man. It's been nigh unto a 10 days since I've seen a soul walking this road, and I've been without decent conversation since. Traveling nowadays appears to be the domain of either the desperate or the deranged. If thou wouldst pardon my intrusion, might I inquire which pertains to thee? Not to imply anything, but how do you measure up to your own standards? Pestering strangers about their mental state doesn't seem that well adjusted to me. Fair bit of desperate, actually. Might you know the way to the friendly arm? I was told I might find some friends there. I'm not so stupid as to listen to strangers, but I'll do number 2. That I would. The inn is but a short distance to the north, and its doors are open to all. I have no doubt that thy friends shall be there, waiting with open arms. My sympathies for any hardships the road may have inflicted upon thee, though I am certain everything shall turn out for the best. But I have wasted too much of my time and said too much already. I shall take my leave and wish thee all the best. Goodbye, Elminster. Even though you say don't say you're Elminster. Okay.
Very well.
Okay, we're going this way. Diseased gibberling. So not too bad. You wish you had a working desktop. These streams make you want to play old RPGs. I don't know. This one works pretty well with most systems, honestly.
My blade will cut you down to size.
See, these are easier, so you can get an idea how difficult the wolf is. Okay, Coastway, Friendly Arm into the north, Baragos to the south, Lion's Way west to Candlekeep. So, north. Wait, what? Is anything else attacking us? I don't like the window being so large. It makes it harder to see. They do a better job with the resolutions and everything with later games. I believe after this came out, it was Icewind Dale, and then Baldur's Gate 2, and then Icewind Dale 2. The spell effects are noticeably better in the later games. Again, so you can see...
Fellow.
Your wish?
If you click on an elf, you can see an infrared.
What you want?
Anyone else, this is what you see.
Hurry up. What would you have
So if you
made?
choose everyone, you can't see as if you're an elf. Your laptop would find a way to crash the game after lagging to hell and back. Oh, that's sad. I was thinking of like going, wow, how old of AD&D can we do? Let's show you guys what a gold box game is like. And then I'm just like cringing on myself because I've played some of them, and the ones that are more party centric that aren't first person are very difficult to play at sometimes.
Ew, pal.
What the hell did he just say? If you don't mind, please try to keep your voices down. There be beasties about with better hearing than we. You seem quite at home out here. What's the most dangerous thing you've seen? What should I be wary of in this area? Round here, I wouldn't worry yourself too much unless you're brainless and charge everything you see. Mostly gibberlings, and they aren't too much of a hassle. Fair bow and good sword arm could handle one, maybe two. More with mage or cleric backup. Wolves have become a bit more predatory lately. I think it's because more people are hunting for their food, seeing as how the iron shortage took away their normal livelihoods. A hungry wolf is a nasty thing, and I wouldn't travel without a group if I were you. Bye. Wait, what are you? Aeolin. Okay, goodbye. Friendly arm in to the north. Oh, here we are. He had a kobold warlock. He used a special kobold halberd. He defeated a knight in a 1v1 in an honorable duel without magic. After the knight beat the paladin and the barbarian with a full heal between fights. Huh. You rolled really well, apparently. Whoa. It's friendly arm in. The journey took 8 hours. We can't even see it on the map. Oh my god.
Very well.
What is this little pathway over here? I don't want to go that way. Let's go to the friendly arm. Here we go. Hey guys.
I should have joined the army.
Welcome to the friendly arm. I trust you know the rules of conduct within. There are rules. What kind of rules? Perhaps rules is a touch too formal. It's unwritten, but accept that while herein you will act with the utmost of civility to all other guests. This is neutral ground and all grievances are left at the gates. If the grievances come in, then you will go out. Enjoy your stay. It's friendly arm, guys. Friendly arm. 8 hours, you met like 12 people on the way. A ridiculous amount of people when you think about it. Well, Sword Coast is pretty populated, so probably not too ridiculous. Considering you had the friendly arm in rather close by, I think the friendly arm is essentially like a 16-hour walk from Candlekeep, and Candlekeep is a very big knowledge repository, so it's not unlike what it could be. What else is nearby? Baldur's Gate is just north of that, because here it is right here. And then you have Nashkel Carnival. You have stuff like all over within a relatively like close area. So I guess 12 people isn't that bad.
Hello there.
Hello. Used to be a bandit I was. More money there in the mines at Nashkel, that's for sure. Probably less danger too from the sounds of it. You were a bandit, were you? That I was, and I ain't afraid to say it neither. But those bandits out there now, they're different, I tell you. They've got a mean streak in them, and their mind's set on taking over the whole area. Most of my old pals have gone missing. I don't like it one bit. That's why I'm holed up here. I've been good to Bentley and Galana in the past, so now it's their turn to look after me. Who are you? You're a commoner. You're a commoner. Goodbye. Who are you? You're a commoner. Goodbye. What is this? Who are you? You're a commoner. This doesn't look all that common, but you know what? I want to go and get... The guard is yawning.
Hi, friend.
Hi, friend. I've not seen you here before today. What brings you to the friendly arm? Nothing much, really. Just road-worn travelers looking for a place to rest. I see. Beckham, pardon my being too forward, but you've the bearing of someone I've been looking for. About your height they were. Same style of dress thereabouts, I dare say. You seem to be the spitting image of them. Might you have traveled from Candlekeep by any chance? Candlekeep? Never heard of it. Really? I would beg to differ. You fit the description, so I think it would be safe to assume you're the one I seek. Don't move. I have something for you. Uh-oh. Fuck you.
Your wish?
Yep. I've done had enough.
Oh god, mirror image. Ugh. So he's at least a 3rd level mage. And I think he just saved.
If you insist.
So mirror image works like this, is you basically have to destroy each of the images before you can actually hit the mage. So he's pretty much protected with this. Oh, the guard is helping, thank god. Weapon unusable.
If you insist. Hurry up!
So the guard is now... Oh my god, MON.
I care not. I've done had enough.
Bye, no answer.
What
Oh my
would you
god.
have me do?
Imon's dead.
Rather we just skip the small talk. I get right to the killing.
We had some really bad luck there, honestly.
What would you... All right, all right.
Okay, we're saving before that fight. So a character dies, are they dead? No, it's Forgotten Realms. You can take them to a temple. So long as their character portrait is in gray, if you have a cleric of a high enough level, you can cast Raise Dead, or you can take them to a temple, pay 100 gold per their level, and bring them back. It gets really expensive until you start getting a decent amount of money, so I prefer to try and not have people die. When they start dying in the later game, I was using Jaheira to raise people. If they die from a critical hit and their body is obliterated, there's nothing to raise them back with, and then they're dead. We really, really, really need additional party members, which is why we're here.
Hi, friend.
Okay, we're not dealing with this asshole.
Hurry up! Very well.
We know what he's about.
Have me do? Your life ends here.
He's immune to sleep. He's too high level.
Your wish?
Bring him down here to the guards. Nothing, I'm not your friend and my business is my own. How rude. No, really, this is utterly rude of you. I'd teach you a lesson about manners, but that implies that you're going to live. If I weren't going to anyway, I'd kill you just for being so uppity. Okay, the guards are helping. This is better. 3 guards is much better than before. Excuse you.
Hurry up! Your life ends here.
God damn it. No, because of how the game is programmed, the guy's already evil and going to try and kill you, so it's easier just to go after him.
All right.
If I had taken the other 2 characters in the beginning, this would have been easier, but I didn't want to deal with them.
My blade will cut you down to size.
Your life ends here. Your wish? Hurry up! All right.
I'm not your friend, your business is my own. He has to go like this. Once he gets that off.
Ends here.
Oh my god, see? We're fine. Did we get experience for that at least? No. We didn't get any experience for him. And we're afraid. Hello, Omega. We're just waiting for our selves to stop panicking. He was too high level. Jeez.
What would you have if you insist?
Can I get this? Excuse me. This is everything he has on him, though. Be it known to all those of evil intent that a bounty has been placed upon the head of Dilly, the foster child of Gorion. Last seen in the area of Candlekeep, this person is to be killed in quick order. Those returning with proof of the deed shall receive no less than 200 coins of gold. As always, any that reveal these plans to the forces of law shall join the target in their fate. We save game first. Because... right click, right. Okay, this is a chance of failure. Burning hands, right. Copy to the spellbook. We're taking this and putting it here.
Your wish? All right.
Hi, honey. I love you. Everything's too high. Well, I don't have enough party members. That's what it is. But we're about to correct that. Why not save after each spell? Because I got those both. Reason being, if you look at the player manual, my failure chance for writing a spell in my book is really low because I have an 18 intelligence. So I don't worry too much about the failure. Like, it's really low. I think I have an, like, 85% success rate at writing a spell.
Pleasure to meet you.
You're from Nashkill, are you? I hope not, because we don't trade with them at all anymore. All the iron we get from the mine there is tainted. Weak as tissue it is. So Nashkill's having an issue.
Hey, friend. Good to meet a fine sod such as
Can't stand the way the roads are cut off these days. My uncle's in Baldur's Gate and I can't get there to see him. How come the roads are cut off? Where you been these past few months? The roads are crawling with brigands and bandits after every scrap of iron you got on you. Surely you must have fled some on your trip here. Unless you came by the west road, that is. Why is the west road still open? If there's ever a book shortage, that road to Candlekeep will be the most dangerous of them all, I assure you. But these folks are all after metal, so they're sticking mainly to the larger trade routes between Baldur's Gate and I'm guessing what? This here inn is smack dab in the middle of it all. Where are they? Oh, here.
How long must we wait here? Things stir to the south as we sit.
Greetings. You look familiar, though it's not your looks. I'm not sure what I expected, but I believe you're a Gorian's child. I'm Jahira. This is Khalid. What? Someone tells you that their silo wasn't empty. Do you think, oh yes, your trash can? No, you don't. I don't think. No. What? Yeah, I think silo. Good to know you. I forgot Khalid has a stutter. We are old friends of your adopted father. He is not with you. I must assume the worst. He would not permit his only child to wander without his accompaniment. If he has passed, we share your loss. Gorian often said that he worried for your safety, even at the expense of his own. He also wished that Khalid and I would become your guardians if he should meet an untimely end. However, you are much older now, and the choice of your companion should be your own. We could travel with you until you get settled, help you find your lot in life. It would be a fitting last service to Gorian, though we should first go to Nashkel. Khalid and I look into local concerns, and there are rumors of strange things happening at the mine. No doubt you have heard of the iron shortage. You would do well to help us. It affects everyone, including you. We are to meet the mayor of the town, Beirun Gaskill. Your company would be most welcome. Well, good. We'll leave as soon as you're ready, though it should be soon. Okay.
Nature's servant awaits.
Jahira is a multi-class druid fighter. I forgot she was a druid fighter. Her proficiencies. She gets 1.5 attacks, which means every other turn she gets 2 attacks. She is good with blunt weapons, and she's good with missile weapons. Like, very good with both. Khalid is a straight-up fighter with a strength of 15. This is my problem with Khalid. He fucking sucks. My honey. Your science teacher used to say cattywampus. Anyone know the cattywampus? No? Is it multiclassic bad in D&D? AD&D? No, it's not bad. It's just, So, if you look, she has 2,000 for each to go up a level. She will most likely level at the same time. If she had an indifferent amount, one of the classes would go up before the other one. If I remember correctly. It's not bad, it's just she's never going to be as good as a full druid can be, and she's never going to be as good as a full fighter can be, but she is going to be a better fighter than she would be as a straight druid. Khalid is a straight fighter with a 15 strength. He's a piece of shit. This is why I just never cared that he, this is why I just wanted him dead. Okay, so what is he good with? He's good with large sword, bow, and an axe. So, large sword... is longsword a large sword? I believe longsword's a large sword. Yes, longsword's a large sword. So, we want to get him with a bow. Jahira has a staff and leather armor. He has splint mail and a helmet. So, helmet protects against critical hits. If we wanted him to die, we could do this. And then he has a chance of exploding on a critical hit. But I'd rather have more people in the party first. So potion of invisibility. Give that to my wizard. There. I want one to go there. Wait, are these blunt? I don't think they are. Spiked weapons. You're good with large swords, too. Sick bastard. You sick bastard! Jahira. Here. You should be... Here, be druidic. Be greenish. A little bit of brown. There you go. You should be, like... a little reddish. Seems like a little much. MON just purple. Okay.
What would you have me
So
do?
Jahira's spells.
Omnipresent authority figure.
What is this one? Oh, here. So priest spells, mage spells, priest spells. What is this? Remove fear. So freaking worthless. Here, so bless is good in general, but right now we're gonna need healing. So this is Cure Light Wounds, which is straight up 1 to 8 points of healing. Entangle is fucking invaluable, at least especially in the early game. No Duthalman. No pink. Shillelagh conjures a magical club. It does +1 bonus to its attack rolls and inflicts 2d4 points of damage on opponents of up to man size, with 1d4 plus 1 points of damage on larger opponents. We're not going to worry about Shillelagh because I just don't use it. What? They're both level 1, aren't they? Yeah, druids get more spells than a freaking mage does. Okay, since we have them, getting rid of sleep and we're putting on armor.
Your wish?
Okay.
If you insist.
Iron is the lifeblood of this whole region and it's sure painful when it gets scarce. So what can I do for you? What do you have to sell? Okay. So we're going to sell him a Morning Star, this wonderful necklace, another Morning Star. Look at the scrolls that we don't need. Wand of Magic Missiles, 250 gold pieces. There you go. I never used this wand. Like, maybe I should just use it. Maybe I should just use it. So, if you drink, you can get rumors here. But you can get your character drunk. Since we're trying not to do that right now. What else do you have? Anything? I know we need arrows for MON. Bow weapons. So, the differences in the different bows. I believe composite does extra damage. It's +2 damage. Speed factor is 7. Short bow is damage is normal. Speed factor is 6. So it's not much of a difference. Long bow has an increased THAC0, so it has an increased chance to hit. So composite has an increased chance to hit here. She can't use it. Why? Oh, it's not usable by a thief. What about you? Yes, you can use it. Well then, fucking get it. Oh. Yeah. There. We need 4 of these. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Here, I'll show you why. So, I always I'm really upset because you can't, as long as he has this fucking shield equipped, you can't equip a bow. What's his armor class? 1. She's 8. She's 6. I'm 7. Reform party. No, don't. I'm trying to remember. Okay.
You couldn't have made a better choice.
If you wish, but I'm not a very inspiring leader.
There.
Hurry up!
You've attacked?
Can I help you?
Yeah. 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 So the other thing is that original D&D, at least this one. By the way, order goes left to right, so you'll always use this bullet more than the other ones. I think you can change them outside of battle. I may be wrong. Let me double check.
What would you have me do?
Yeah, you can. If you right-click on it, you can change which one you're using.
You're a queer fellow.
Druids can't use anything that has an edge. So no bows, no swords, no blades, nothing. He only has one weapon slot. Wait, why is his armor class 1? Because in 2nd edition, the lower your armor class, the better because of how THAC0 works. So, you know what? Let's see how THAC0 works. THAC0 calculation. Okay, simple formula for calculating. THAC0 is the roll on your d20 equals the armor class that you hit. So, it's THAC0 minus your roll on a d20 is the armor class you hit. So this is why it was, like, stupid. So his THAC0 is 19. So if you roll a d20, subtract 19 from it, and that's the armor class that you end up hitting. The lower the armor class, the harder it's going to be to hit. So if you roll a 1... So, what is it? 1 minus... It's fucking stupid. It's... Research it and look it up. I don't want to go too much into it because it always gives me a headache. It's math. It turned D&D into math. 3rd edition simplifies it so much that when I got my hands on a 3rd edition book for the first time and I saw what they did with the combat system, I was like practically crying because it was amazing. Oh, I forgot. It's super confusing. That's why they got rid of THAC0. Biggest problem with this game is pathfinding for your NPCs. We're gonna rent one room for one. I forget what the difference is. They don't do anything. It's just you choose which one you want. They have no effect. So it's like, why wouldn't you just always get a peasant room? Okay. Reason why we did that, I now have my stuff. Okay. So, wizards with armor. Just always fucking cast it. 4E was really bad. I never even got into 4E, I tried. So magic armor, my armor class is 3. I have a better armor class than Jaheira, who has an 8 and is wearing leather armor. That's how good the armor spell was. Armor spell was changed later on. I believe armor spell is actually different in all the versions of D&D except for Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate armor only works on the caster. But in other versions of D&D, it works on whoever you touch. 4th edition was bad on multiple levels. Its combat system was... 4th edition was Dungeons & Dragons trying to become popular by cashing in on the MMO market. They tried to make their game more MMO-centric. And it just did... It played like a fucking MMO. Like, it wasn't interesting. It seemed really dumb. It was just... Ugh, we're just taking shit. I mean, you are the freaking... Yeah. I don't remember what I used to have Khalid have. Did I used to give him a sling because he can't carry a bow? I like how I was just holding tab to see what else glowed. Am I looking forward to Baldur's Gate 3? I'm curious how the combat system is because I don't know enough about 5th edition as much as Isaac does. I was looking at the combat system when they were playing it and I'm all like, is It felt like a mix of 5e mixed with Divinity's combat engine, but I may have just been seeing it wrong because I noticed there's a lot of people that are either angry with the combat system online or they really like what they've seen.
I'll do my best.
I actually like the overall look, and I'm very interested in it, and I'm definitely going to be looking forward to getting it. Very nice.
What you want? I've done had enough of this.
Come here, Emmeline. So the one thing you'll notice is not the characters can't sneak,
Yep, this way.
with the exception of Imoen, where she can hide in shadows.
Your wish?
A man shouldn't speak to his better unless spoken to first.
Oh, you haven't seen gameplay of Baldur's Gate 3 yet? It's out. They have gameplay available. Visually, it looks amazing. The capabilities of what you can do in combat is really, really, really good, and is far improved off of what the Divinity games have had so far. Plus, it's D&D on top of it. It's gonna feel good. Do you have an excuse for barging in here? Unless you're here to make the beds, I want you out. Pardon the interruption, but what is... do I look like... Sorry for the intrusion. I shall not bother you again. As well as you shouldn't. Be gone. People get pissy when you go in their rooms. Unchi?
You cannot get better than the stability stone walls provide.
Have you heard there's a rogue ogre with a belt fetish to the south of the Friendly Arm Inn? I had to bargain my new girdle of piercing for my life out there. Wasn't even interested in an autographed copy of my book. Hey, if you can get that belt back for me, I'd be mighty grateful. An ogre? Yeah, that's not going to be happening for a long-ass time. Some commoner. Sleeping dwarf. Sleeping man. Yeah, an ogre with a belt fetish. Look at this sleeping man that Imoen wants to go and try and get stuff from. She's all like, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be good. Her lockpicking is so shit right now. Actually, what is her skill set for that? So... Thieves in 2nd edition have a whole nother set of skills. Open locks, stealth, find traps, pickpockets. So her open lock, she has a 25% chance. Stealth, 30%. I forget how these work. These are based off of difficulty and blah, blah, blah. You'll also notice the alignments. She's neutral good. Chihira's true neutral because druids can't be anything but true neutral. An ogre with a belt fetish. Tetsuya Nomura is... Oh my god. Khalid is neutral good. Druids are required to be true neutral in 2nd edition. They are not allowed to be anything but. It is an absolute requirement. I guess... Maybe we shouldn't be trying to take from every person that's available. Yeah, let's not talk to you. Do you have a name? No.
You have need of me? I can, but try.
We'll go upstairs. Shrek sure went downhill after that 4th movie, huh? Well, it's also a question of what kind of belts he probably has on him. So the girdle of piercing, I think, will end up protecting you from piercing stuff, but what if he has a belt of ogre strength? Those are pretty powerful magical items, and I believe there is one in this game. I think a belt of ogre strength, anyone that's equipped with it, their strength is automatically raised to 18. 18 in 2nd edition wasn't where it stopped. There was 18, and then there was a percentage afterwards. Which I also thought was another stupid thing. It just overcomplicated everything.
A pleasure it is to meet you.
Hey, I've got a teeny bit of a spider infestation happening in my cellar in Baragost. I was on my way to the gate to get some poison, but this would be a lot easier on my legs, to be honest. You'll know the house when you see it. It's right to the west of the Jovial Juggler Inn. Bring back their bodies to prove you've done the job, and I'll give you 100 gold pieces. If you could, please bring my husband's old boots and the old bottle of wine back as well, and I'll throw in something extra.
I'm gone.
There's no one in here, so we can take this. Yeah. Oh, wait. There's no one in here. MON, get here. There it is, classic rat slayer. We already did that earlier, but it wasn't even giant rats. It was just rats. That was in the very, very beginning. There's a guy that sent us into his cellar to go kill the rats, so there were 2 cats in there that refused to do their jobs. Who the fuck asked for spider corpses? This guy does. And apparently we need to bring him back. It's kind of gross. This halfling's sleeping. It's fine. I can just go up here and just take his shit. Oh. Imoen, can you fucking pick anything? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Was it this F6? Yeah, it was F6. So I used to do this. And after a while, if she just didn't get it, she's not gonna get it. Me to the D&D world, probably alchemists. Probably, actually. Which, in 2nd edition, was mages. Like, healing potions were super expensive because back in, like, 2nd edition, I think, like, healing potions, it was all like, what would the ingredients be? And they were all like, well, trolls regenerate, so troll skin. Do you know how much of a pain in the ass it would be to get a hold of troll skin? Just... Emma Wynn's just sitting here and just constant. You were a crap thief. Either that or these are just some really good locks. She has a lot of failed, like, everything here. Oh, look. That's nice. You guys have some nice stuff. Except for this piece of wood that you call a weapon. Clap. Alchemists collect weird shit. So do all these people. But that's not stopping us from taking it. Could be troll foreskin. Do you know how much of a pain in the ass that would be to get? What the fuck? Okay. Imoen, get over here. So Baldur's Gate 2, out of the characters that you keep with you, Mon it stays with you. Jaheira starts with you. Actually, these 2 start with you. Khalid is actually dead in the beginning of Baldur's Gate 2. I like how even the developers are like, yeah, we should get rid of him. So a lot of people, I've always kept Imoen as a straight thief. A lot of people will end up, when they level her up, dual class her because she has an intelligence of 17. When you start Baldur's Gate 2, she is actually dual classed off. Dual classing in 2nd edition means that you can't go back to the previous class, I believe. Are you sure she isn't Sylvena's D&D character? Oh my god.
I can, but try.
So you get her to thief to a certain point, then you end up dual classing her off to mage, and then I don't think you can level up thief again. Either that or you can level up thief once you get mage equal to or higher, I think. I forget how that ends up working. The problem with it is that there is a cap on how high of a limit level that the characters can go in Baldur's Gate. So you will never get a character... Basically, once you dual class her off, you're never going to get her to work on thief ever again if you have the ability to. What is this? This is the temple. We do not need the temple.
Hello there.
This commoner said hello. Hello. I don't think there's anything back here. Except barrels that we might be able to take from. No? No? Anything? Anything? No? What about over here? No? The fuck is this? He had a 7-foot-tall kid, a good female tiefling paladin that was raised by halfling. She was the second shortest in the party, which had 3 paladin. Oh my god. 3 paladin party. How to anger a DM. Tieflings didn't exist in second edition. If they did, they were probably in the monster manual or something. But yeah, no, they weren't playable characters at all. There was a lot of alternative information for it, though, for D&D. The longer an edition is out, the more information that ends up happening. So for those of you who don't know, there is a thing called... I'm trying to remember what it's called. The Mage's Spell Compendium. There's also a Clerical Spell Compendium. The second edition Mage's Spell Compendium was a set of books, and they were thick, but they were like 4 or 5 volumes. And it was a collection of every spell that had been published in D&D publications, which included Dragon Magazine, that was considered official magical spells that you could end up using, along with spells that were in core handbooks, expansion handbooks, and all that stuff. It was massive, and it covered so much stuff. Who the hell are you?
I can but try.
All these new tools I have brought turned brittle as clay. I'm starting to believe the tales about this faulty iron that's being sold. We're going to be in a sorry state when all of our old tools and weapons wear out. Oh, because there's no armor. There's no iron.
What you want?
Come on, come here, here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Do they have any stuff in here? Yeah. Yeah, just look. Just look. I think they go aggressive if they see you take their shit.
If none are better.
What? Let's just go here. So we have a party of, I believe you can get a party of 6. So the standard party that a lot of people end up with, which is definitely the party that I end up with, is Minx and Dynahair will be the next 2. So I'll end up with 2 mages. Minx the fighter, Jahiro will be the main healer. It's my one downside is like I've never really found a cleric that I've had in my party in this, and it makes me sad. But honestly, Jahira's pretty good for healing most of the game. So, okay. So they want us to go to... Oh, you know what we didn't do? Let's go this way. If you try going out of the sides, it's when you'll unlock other maps. And it's worth doing. I heard a door squeak. Have I played Tyranny? I played it during a free weekend. I know it's supposed to be really good. I'm kind of meh on it. Overall, I don't know how much I like the story at the moment. I'm far more invested in wanting to play more of Pillars of Eternity 2 right now. I have a game of Pillars of Eternity 2 that I've been doing, but I'm really, really early into it, and it took me a long time to beat Pillars of Eternity 1. Like I said, I don't know how much of a playthrough I'm going to do with this one. Because my original intention was just to show off what the original Baldur's Gate was like for people. See? Peldvale. So if I go to the left, it'll be another one. Here, let's go.
I can
here.
but try.
Tyranny kind of sucks. Compared to Pillars, Tyranny is meh, mainly because the party members are just so bad. I don't know how I like the feel of it. I love Pillars of Eternity, the first one. I will say that the story takes a long-ass time to really grab your attention. So you better be enjoying the overall, like, everything. The overall story for Pillars 1 is so good, though. Like, when you find out everything that's going down and you really learn it, it's so good.
If none are better.
Tyranny... Meh. Hi, Pondwater. Tyranny's a bit... Because they're like, I love my faction, even my faction does something I should disagree with because of my moral alignment. I will still hate you if you say my faction is bad. Oh my god. I think that's what it vibed like for me. Okay, so there's nothing to the left. 8 hours.
None are better. Yes?
You've a task?
Oh. I should have gotten her a short sword back at town. I guess the next town will get her a short sword. Okay, so since we have a larger party, I'm actually worried because I don't know how much longer this armor spell is going to last for. It's a minimum of 1 more hour because it's a 9-hour duration, and he cast it shortly after sleeping at the inn, and that journey just took us 8 hours. It's literally why your party members hated you, because you pointed out how their factions were. It's almost like they're brainwashed, working for an evil army taking over the world. Strange. Which ones are you talking about? What are you talking about, Kanaja? Are you talking about Tyranny? Hollow, that doesn't mean characters are bad. The factions like Clan and Tyranny, their lives revolve around it. Well, Hollow in Pillars is a Kith, is what they were called. So any of the intelligent races that are bipedal for the most part. So like any of the playable races, they're known as Kith. Hollow is any Kith that is born without a soul. And without a soul, they just are as good as not having any life in them, aside from being just a shallow husk. So they're not exactly evil, but they're not exactly fully alive either. And then Animancers were trying to place the souls of animals within Hollowborn to try and fix the problem. And while it did seem to fix it for a brief period of time, that's what ended up creating like feral monsters like their version of ghastly ghouls. Because over time, any Hollowborn that went feral with an animal soul inside of them, they basically just started attacking everyone. You literally playing an evil character from their own viewpoint in Tyranny. Brainwashing is not like in the movie. It's not a thing you get over because the stranger spoke to you once. Yeah, no. Oh, they were talking to you because you're... Well, the funny thing is... Hollow Mirage. They were talking to you. Oh. Yeah, no, but that's literally what they're... I think that's what they're called in... Wait, are they called Hollows in Pillars? I'm trying to remember if they were called Hollows. It's not insulting Hollow Mirage. Not if your name is using a term that's used a lot. I mean, Dark Souls uses Hollows. Let me... I'm trying to remember if they were called Hollows. I might have... Yeah, they're called Hollowborn. That's what they're called. Hollowborn, one word, is what they were called. And it's integral to the plot in Pillars of Eternity.
Have need of me?
I'm also thinking of Hollows from Dark Souls, like I said. Yeah, Hollowborn, thank you. I like Pillars of Eternity a lot. I like the gameplay. Certain classes took me a while to get into to really understand them, and I still don't fully understand a lot of the classes. But I like it. Visually, I love Pillars of Eternity too, but I like the gameplay from 1 so much better. Let's uncover this to the left. So what's Baldur's Gate? Baldur's Gate is 2nd edition Advanced Dungeons & Dragons RPG with a real-time pause mechanic, because you can pause the game like this with the spacebar. Just like Dragon Age Origins, Pillars of Eternity, and a few other games that are very similar. It was built on the Infinity Engine, which was also used for Icewind Dale later on, Baldur's Gate 2, Icewind Dale 2, Planescape Torment, and I don't think anything else really used the engine off of that. It is credited as having saved the computer RPG market, because computer RPGs were not doing well at the time. When the game was first being released, and it was published by, I believe, Interplay ended up publishing it, the current marketing people were assuming it was going to do really, really badly.
My blade will cut you down to size.
Khalid, can you hit something? Oh my god. Jahira. Staff. Thank you.
I can, but try.
They were projecting that the sales were going to be really low. Maybe they would make about, I think it was like, they would sell something like 20 or 200,000 units within the US was their assumption, or total, they were thinking that. And the German market was even assuming it was just not going to sell at all over there. It ended up being one of the best-selling games for like close to a year and stayed in the top 10 best sellers like almost worldwide for quite a while, and it made a massive amount of money. It was just a hit beyond all accounts when it ended up coming out. It was considered one of the best versions of Dungeons and Dragons ever to be played on a computer system from any game that had ever been made previously at the time. It was released in 1998, in December of 1998, actually. It's fantastic, and the storyline is really, really good. That being said, it is an older game, so there are things that you'll end up noticing about it, such as like pathfinding is definitely an issue with the Infinity Engine, as I said. There's no zooming in or out, so this is as big as the screen gets. It's actually bearable for me to look at because I'm using a program called DXWND, I believe it's called. I don't recommend using the program unless you're streaming or if you need to, just because it's a bitch and a half to set up. Why is it called Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, and why was there no base D&D? The Dungeons & Dragons was prior to. You'd have to look it up. It was naming convention with marketing at the time. Oh, I lost my train of thought there. Tyranny expects you to be into the roleplay aspect a lot more than most other RPGs. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I've heard really good things about Tyranny. I'm not into it right now to want to try it. I'll probably play it at some point. That's my assumption. You hate that most games are watered down to get the largest possible audience. That's one of the reasons why I like Pillars of Eternity so much. Pillars of Eternity was actually done by a lot of the team members that originally were involved with the Baldur's Gate series. So these are gibberlings. You would have to look up what a gibberling is. They're really low level, which is why we're not having problems with them. Ooh, this one dropped stuff. 11 gold.
You have need of me?
1E was just Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Oh. Yeah, it was Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd edition, and then it was, I don't remember if it was Dungeons & Dragons 3rd edition or if it was Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 3rd edition. 3rd edition is where everything got revamped, and in my opinion, I really, really liked it more. The one that most people know from 3rd edition is known as 3.5. 3.5 is when they came back in and fixed some of the rules and streamlined some of the issues. Ooh. What's this? So 3.5 is good, and it's what most people think of when they're thinking of 3rd edition. 3.5 is my favorite edition. It's definitely a lot more complicated than 5th edition. 5th edition's a good balance, especially if I was to ever want to introduce a new player to Dungeons & Dragons, I would want to introduce them to 5th edition because it's the easiest one for new players to pick up, but still keeps a certain level of complexity. 3rd edition is the most complex in my opinion, but it offers the most variation. If you encounter a spellcaster in the wild, a spellcaster is not necessarily just a spellcaster. What the hell are you? You're a Zvart. I don't know what a Zvart is.
What would you have me do?
And I have no other spells on me because I'm only level 1.
Yes.
Well, we're going after Zvarts. Apparently they're weak.
Yes, as you direct.
Apparently they're very weak. And they're only worth 15 experience. Look at that! A short sword! Who needed to buy a short sword? Not us! Also, Jahira got hit. Here, take that. Get rid of that. So, difference between a dagger and a short sword. 1d6 as opposed to 1d4. I'm fine with that. It's a Svartalf quick speaking metaphor. Oh my god. You tried to roleplay an impartial judge because that's what it was supposed to be, a judge who balanced between the two factions, but you're not allowed to do that, and you have to pick a faction. And then tyranny, that's...
Can I help you?
Seriously? You had to pick one faction, you're just done, you're just stuck with it, and how dare you say anything about another faction? Ugh. I mean, I guess that's the kind of world that they were trying to have you roleplay into, and I can respect it. It's just, like I said, there's certain flavorings of tyranny that make me not super invested in wanting to try it. So the reason why I'm just searching this out is I'm trying to uncover as much as possible to hopefully level up. You're specifically tasked with picking one of them. Ooh. You love it when people try to make fun of Obsidian, saying stuff like New Vegas is glitching and has the same problems as Fallout 4, and I'm like, yeah, because they were given less than half a year to make it. I don't play Fallout because I'm not interested in the post-apocalyptic stuff. But while it's been glitchy, I've heard some really good things about it, and I mean, isn't Fallout 4 like watered down a lot? And honestly, like, you're talking about a Bethesda product at that point, and Bethesda, as far as I'm concerned, just knows how... All Bethesda knows how to do is to take the flavor out of whatever they're creating and to pour more water into the pot. This looks like a really bad idea.
I fear I need...
Oh God!
Lest you've a task?
You have need of me?
Yep, this way.
Nature's as good as done.
I'll do my best.
He will smash your face.
I care not.
Okay, I've entangled him.
Yes, oh omnipresent authority figure.
You're a queer.
Can you just fire your bow at him?
You've a task for the group.
Can I help you?
Oh my God.
You have need of me?
Save. Save. Save, 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 save! They took the RPG out of the RPG in Fallout 4. It's just a murder simulator. Yeah.
None are better.
Okay, I didn't think that was gonna go well.
Nature's servant away.
Okay. I'm not identifying that. That's not identified. I think if you give it to each character, they each have a chance. Nope. I mean, he's not good enough, and we don't have...
Yes, I'll do my
Okay.
best.
Yes, oh
How was your life?
omnipresent authority
9 out of
figure.
12. It's only 3. It's fine. I have a feeling the other girdle is a girdle of masculinity, femininity. If you guys are not aware of that, it's a very, very old D&D magical object. Whoever wears it, it basically switches you from male to female and female to male. Honestly, if you're going to accidentally equip that girdle, the only reason to pay to have it removed is so you can put on another magic belt that's better. Because since it has no bearing on how you play the game and it gets expensive to remove a cursed object, you might as well just live with your choices. As a robot cult, should we kill it? And your options of Fallout 4 are kill it with fire, and kill it with an EMP instead of kill it, enslave it, and leave it be. That's sucky. Here, let's go back and give this to this guy. The only complaint you have about Pillars of Eternity 2 is that Palagina is always talking about she thinks it isn't right that she can't have a family because she's got... I have no idea what you're talking about, and I don't want to get into that because I don't know enough about the game yet because I'm still relatively new into it. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about in that one because I'm still relatively new to it. I've only seen one potential romance option so far. When I know a lot of people end up liking the romance options within. Oh my god.
Your life ends here.
Yes? I can, but try.
You've a task? As you direct.
I know a lot of people like the romance options within games. I actually don't care for them. Oh my god. Not that I don't care for them. It's most games like Baldur's Gate and such. If I was given a romance option, I just don't care. There's a romance paths in Baldur's Gate for Baldur's Gate 2. I think I was starting to romance Jaheira, but I never really cared about it. I'd rather play the game and not be all like, oh my god, what is my character's love life like? Because I'm more interested in the story and the dynamics of the universe and the world. Like, so Pillars of Eternity 2, I've already seen one option for me to potentially romance a character. And I was just like, I don't want to. Half ogre. Goody.
Your servant awaits.
I can,
What
but
you want?
try.
I've done
What
had
would you
enough
have
of
me
this.
do? All right. Your life ends here.
This is bad. Nope. This is bad, Jaheira.
Yes, oh omnipresent authority figure.
Heal yourself.
Can I can, but try.
Yep.
Oh my god, Imoen.
I've done had enough of this. I care not.
You've a task for the group. For the fallen!
You're a queer.
Imoen's dead.
Hurry up. Very well.
Let's try and deal it with it while she's
But
dead.
try. Another friend fallen. Does it?
So angry. So angry. What about Fane romancing the bone is a great quest? Wait, what?
Can I help you? I can, but try. You have need of me?
I usually don't mind being waylaid, but in the very beginning, it's such a pain in the ass because you're so low level. But you can find some really good stuff off of those. You don't like how they don't explain the choices when you reply like in Fallout 3? Is Fallout 4 the one where it does the whole yes, no, maybe, and then you pick maybe, and the character's just all like, I don't know about that, but if you told me something different, then and it's like a whole paragraph of information, whereas it was like give you one word choice. Because I know those ones. How close am I to leveling? 518 of 2500. Leveling is such an epic event in D&D, at least in the original ones. It is, Kanajo? Oh my god. Yeah, I remember seeing that and I was so annoyed with it. There are some other games that ended up doing that. Dragon Age 2 did that shit. Where it was all like, you gonna be benevolent, you gonna be snarky, or are you gonna be just evil? And it just doesn't tell you what your response is gonna be. And you're just like, what? We're gonna go talk to the guy upstairs. The first mod for Fallout 4 fixed that.
I can,
Yeah, but it's a mod that fixes that, which is really bad. Oh, poor kitty. So it's yes, yes, sarcastic, yes, no. Oh, how fun.
Stout hammer will fix most any bandit.
That's just their way of disguising how to shoehorn people through something. You have none of my possessions at the moment, so it's a little... Oh, you're not the one I want to talk to. I want to talk to... According to a dwarven cleric by the name of Unshi, a rogue ogre with a belt fetish is making a name for himself just south of the Friendly Arm Inn. As Unshi claims to be an author, she give me a copy of her book if I can get her girdle of piercing back. Where is Unshi?
Please, seat yourselves wherever you wish. If none are better.
Isn't Unshi in here? Well, Unshi I met before I went all the way upstairs, so... Is Bentley Mirrorshade? Upstairs? Bethesda games are characterized by the community fixing its issues. Yeah, that's also why I'm not as big into the Bethesda games anymore. It's kind of like how people are still excited at times about a new Elder Scrolls. I'm hesitant. I'm very hesitant. I'm expecting it to be shit. I'm expecting the next Elder Scrolls game to be super characterized by what they think the general public needs rather than listening to what the fans say the game should be and it being absolute crap. There's a game that's being made. I think this is Unshi. This is Unshi. There is a game being made that I saw, and I forget who it is. It's a smaller indie studio that's doing it, but it was a lot of the people that had worked on Daggerfall back in the day, and they're trying to make a game in a fantasy universe in a very similar vein to Daggerfall. And Daggerfall apparently had a lot more you could do in it than even Morrowind. And I'm really, really interested in seeing where that one goes. I'd have to look it up at some point. Right, thank you, Perro. He was a weird one, weren't he? I could still smell him on you. I'll pay you 10 gold pieces for return the girdle, another 60 to find the nearest bath. 70 gold?
Yes, I can, but try.
This is why I want Khalid dead. You just got done on your grinding session in Trails in the Sky, so you're just practicing speedrun techniques in Mega Man Zero and Gunball. Jeez.
I'll do my best.
Oh, here, let's... Actually, okay. I know I'm going back and forth. Mirror Shade, he looks like a spellcaster. Forget if he has any spells or not, because if he does, I should invest in the Identify spell. What do you have to sell to me? Please say you have magic. Nope. We're gonna keep the composite longbow. No, we're not. Can't sell the quarterstaff. I don't want to sell the girdle because... Okay, quarterstaff, floor. Imoen, leather armor. Thank fucking God. I knew we were forgetting something about her. What is her dexterity? 14. That's why she's so shit. This is why Jaheira's so shit and gets hit a lot. Daggerfall had teleportation, flying, the ability to work at basically any shop in the game, just settle down and become a banker. Daggerfall was insane. Yeah, I heard about it. I have it. I've never really played it.
If none are better.
You can't settle down in an RPG. You're the chosen one. We don't have much longer before I have to, For bitter, respectful coin, we can cure what ails thee if you need. What sort of cures do you have available? I really just want an identification, please. Oh, you do have identification.
Guide your eye on your travels.
Right here. Yep. Thought so. How much is it worth? The cursed girdle of femininity and masculinity, a rare yet oft-discussed magical item, is wrought with the most powerful magic. Anyone unfortunate enough to secure it around their waist instantly finds their gender to be transformed. It is said that not 50 years past, a nameless choral jester was beheaded for presenting the girdle as a gift to Duke Lobelin's lover. It's like, how to fuck someone over? You like a man or a girl? I just turned them into the other gender. What if the Duke was bisexual? Then he wouldn't have had the problem. Yeah, here. So we saved it. I'll show you. I'll show you. I'm more showing what the cursed object does as opposed to what this does. So, equip it. And beautiful. Can't get it off. But now I'm beautiful.
All right, all right.
I still have the same voice. It didn't even change my voice. Vocal cords don't change at all.
Can I help you? I can, but...
I wonder how much I could sell it for, though. Probably not much. You mean no Duke actually sleeps with her wife? That's what concubines are for? Well, Duke's concubine...
Party before venturing forth.
Shut up.
If
Duke...
none are better.
Duke's concubine was, had their gender switched, and that was a problem. In Daggerfall, you could literally get a job at the bank and, like, the scum you are, manage other people's money for your own personal... Oh my god. Do you give any... Oh, you're talking about... Kevin's talking about someone's cat. Was it Ori's? Yeah, Ori birds. What do you have to sell? It's worth 100. It's worth the same amount it costs to identify it. It's like, whatever. Okay. What do you have to sell to me? We're gonna stay. Rest. Oh, I think the better rooms mean better healing.
What would you have me do?
You have need of me?
I need some ale.
Do my best.
People in the background. Identify AKA the spell wheel. Spent an hour ritual casting it every 10 minutes to learn what 6 different magic items in the Goblin's Junk Shop did. Yeah.
I can, but
I don't like the default way that 5th edition deals with magic items, where all you have to do is, like, it doesn't matter what your class is, you just have to sit there and hold on to a magical object for an hour, and then you'll magically know what it does. I'm like, no, fuck that. And I'm like, what's the point in the identification spell? I always liked the unsuredness of knowing what things were for spellcasters. And in order to cast the identification spell, I believe you needed a... One of the material components was a pearl. That was worth... God, it was like an... One of them was an owl feather and then a pearl that was worth something like 50 gold or 100 gold. And it's not like you use the pearl and then you just put the pearl away. You ground that shit up and put it into wine, and then you drank the wine, and then you were able to identify a certain number of objects within a certain time period when you cast the spell, and you were not guaranteed to find out everything the object did. That's the original pen and paper from 2nd edition. For the purposes of this game, you cast Identify, and it just identifies. And for all intents and purposes, I would end up being like... I would only make it, wow, you're not guaranteed if it was a super powerful magical object, but if I was DM, I'd just be like, whatever. Here you go. But yeah. Okay. We're gonna go over here.
if none are better.
Actually, guys, come here.
Your wish?
I like how it just makes him covered in, like, metal for a second.
I'll do my best.
Oh, we don't have much longer. I am liking this, but for, like, the amount of time that we spent on this, you see how far we've gotten into it? It's like, we definitely have a lot more to do. Usually once you've cleared out an area, from what I remember, you don't tend to get any more random encounters. You'll get random encounters in between the areas, as you've seen, where we get ambushed. Those ambushes will get stronger and stronger as time goes on, and I believe you'll actually have people that are hunting for you later in the game. I may be wrong on that one, but I feel like that was a thing. Because you do find the letter, and I believe there are assassins that are coming for you. Where are they? There they are.
You have need of me?
Hurry up, if you insist.
Yes, as you direct.
There we go. Why is your weapon unusable? Oh, because she's switched. Whatever, they're dead.
I can but try.
Okay, we got a gemstone and another gemstone. I hate gemstones sometimes. You have a Maine Coon cat, Ori? Dear Lord, they're big. Sub Baldur's Gate, Hells yeah, you're all excited for the new one. I am excited for the new one. I still want to see more about, like, the rule sets in it, and I still want to understand why they're calling it Baldur's Gate. I have a feeling they're going to have a reason besides just being like, oh yeah, or just using the name. Because originally I was like, they're probably just using the name because it will sell, and I mean, marketing-wise, they probably are. But I have a feeling the city of Baldur's Gate is going to come into play. There's so much shit that goes on within Baldur's Gate itself. It's almost as messy as Waterdeep. So yeah, no clue. Based off of what I've seen of Baldur's Gate 3, my big thing is wanting to know why the fucking Illithid are up and above ground. And why they're just outwardly taking people. That and how the fuck did they get a hold of a Githyanki? And I love the fact that the Githyanki were coming after it. I was all like, oh, you fucked with the Githyanki and you didn't want the other Githyanki to come after you? You dumb fuck. They did say the characters and places from the previous games will appear. Ooh, well, what do they mean by that? Because if they're all like, look, a character from previous game, Elminster, I'm going to be like, no, stop it. Because I know Dritz pops up at some point in Baldur's Gate 1, and I'm just like, no. Like, that doesn't count as a Baldur's Gate character. No, I have a feeling they're going to have other ones. Like, we're probably... It would be insane if at some point we don't see Minsk. Khalid didn't really die. He better have died. Out of all the characters I wanted dead, Khalid was the one top of the list. For those of you who weren't here when I first explained it, so when I first played this game back in the day, Khalid here... Because if you tell Jaheira, if you tell Khalid you don't want him in the party, Jaheira, because they're married, will sit there and say, oh yeah, yeah, we're both going, and you lose both of them. But you want Jaheira because she's such a good healer as a druid, and she's a good fighter because she's a fighter druid. And you're all like, no, I want to keep Jaheira. Well, you can't. You have to keep one. You have to keep them both or none at all. So the way I had rectified it without meaning to, I don't know if I had this unequipped, but he got critically hit and he exploded into pieces. And when a character explodes and you can't bring them back, their portrait vanishes from here and you suddenly get an empty slot. I had no Khalid for the rest of my game.
I can but try.
Because he died horribly from a critical hit that caused him to explode. And I thought it was the best thing ever, and I was so happy, and I saved it so fast. Hi, honey. So you never closed that? You were wondering who was talking. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, look. Nothing dangerous here at all. Oh, yay. 7 gold. Members of this caravan met... What does it say? Metaviolent death. While there is no evidence to suggest it, you would surmise that bandits must be responsible. Because of the iron shortage. It's just bandits everywhere. Is this the path we were coming? This is the path we were originally coming down. Yep. Modern problems require modern solutions. The stream isn't on, you're just having an auditory hallucination, Dilly, because you love and miss him. Oh. Wait, no. Isaac's having an auditory... What the hell? Ori. Looking forward to Dilly cooking. If my finger... Yeah, I'm gonna cook something, one way or another. I don't care how my finger is. So, the Japanese food I was gonna make yesterday, it didn't happen. Because I was using my mandolin, which I love the mandolin. I have a mandolin that slices things really, 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 really thin. And I was going to make tsunamono as one of the side dishes. And I sliced a chunk of my finger off because I was moving too fast. So my finger's nicely bandaged with a piece missing. I did throw away those cucumbers because I figured there was a piece of finger somewhere in there that didn't need to be eaten by anyone. You're welcome for the story. But yeah. So that's supposed to happen tonight now. My finger still hurts quite a bit. It's not super horrible. So I will be fine, obviously. And welcome to You Better Be Safe When You're Cooking, especially using sharp objects, which I wasn't doing. I was being stupid. And I know I was being stupid, but yeah. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Anyways. That's what I'm supposed to be working on. So in about 10 to 15 minutes, we'll end up ending because I need to be ready for the interview that I'm going to have. I doubt I'll end up coming back to stream tonight or even later today as much as I would love to, just because...
You funny looking.
Why is there a child in the middle of here? Jace.
You funny looking.
Wait, was one of Isaac's kids named Jace? Is this him?
You funny looking.
Whenever you use a mandolin, remember to use the spiky handguard that comes with every unit above $30. I was going to use the spiky handguard, but I was using a cucumber to cut up, and I didn't use it as a result. I probably should have. Don't you be getting any closer, I'll have my mom come and give you a belt. Relax, kid, I don't beat it, child, as you would have it. I did not want to frighten you. Relax, kid, I don't want to hurt you. Oh, sure, that's what the other group of bandits said, and they went and attacked a caravan I just saw leave. They were a bunch of liars, probably just like you. Get lost. Why is there a kid here?
Hey,
Must dash to Baragost. I must. Governor Keldath must be told of the extra troops being sent his way. Baragost is to be garrisoned in case of Omnish attack. Though Om has denied such intent, of course they would deny it. The snakes make way for the messenger. Baragost is apparently this way. Oh, you can actually see the name Baragost. Baragost to the south. I guess we're going to Baragost? I mean... what else are we doing? Going up here to see if there's anything here. She's gonna get her mom to beat you. Were you talking about the kid? The kid was a boy. Jace. Like, Jason! Jason! What is this? What is this area I'm walking in? No. Oh. Here, Bear Ghost.
Good day, my lady.
Fine day to you, sire. Such a fine greeting, wouldn't you say?
Oh my god. I love these little animations. Hello, random person. Need directions. You seem a friendly sort, so I thought I'd offer my services as a guide. What do you need from the town of Baragost? What's the nicest inn in town? Affordable inn. Do you have a good smithy? I need a place to sit a spell and drown my worries. Where's the good tavern? Smithy. We have the best smithy in all the realms. Tayrome Thunderhammer Furium runs the Thunderhammer smithy on the eastern side of town. He has a few exceptional items as well, though you could also check out Feldepost's Inn. They carry trophy items, though you had best be rich as kings. Feldepost's Inn is in the west, closer to the south edge of town. Thanks for your help. No problem, friend. Enjoy your stay. Now, the big thing I remember in D&D, especially in 2nd edition, just because of how difficult it can be to survive sometimes, was rings of protection are a mage's best friend. However, I don't remember... I don't think you can stack certain levels of protection like you could in 3rd edition. I don't remember. So if you have 2 different types of... If you have a ring of protection and it gives you a bonus to armor class based off of deflection, like a +1, and then you end up equipping a cloak that's a +2 deflection bonus to armor class, you're not going to have +3 as a bonus. You're going to have +2. It will take the highest out of the 2 of them because they won't stack. So make sure to spread the wealth when it comes to certain bonuses. I don't remember if that pertains to 2nd edition. I know it's a 3rd edition thing. If you've never played Pillars of Eternity, it's definitely a Pillars of Eternity thing. At least the first one. But yeah. I think Minsk is in this town. What is this random, like... Jeez, Baraghost, what the hell? Might as well uncover this. Oh yeah, I vaguely remember Baraghost. This is just someone's random house that we're going into? I think it is.
Mother said not to talk with strangers.
Oh, you scared me. I wasn't taking anything honest. I was just checking out the house, that's all. Someone's got to watch over the place, because I am sure they will come back. The Grey Carts only went to Baldur's Gate to visit, and they should be back already. I'm going to wait here till they do. Kill the child. Everyone kill the child.
My blade will cut you, mongering riffraff.
Gorion would have none of it. 'Tis shameful.
What would you have me do if you insist?
Gorion would have none of this. 'Tis shameful. Our reputation only decreased by 4 by murdering a child. What the hell?
What you want? This way.
Oh, it worked. 86 gold. You guys like that? The murder of the innocent child? That's great.
I've done had enough of this.
Child murder -4 points. Yeah. Yeah. If your so based upon alignment, if your reputation goes below a certain point, good characters will end up abandoning you and not coming with you. Evil characters won't go above a certain reputation point. So apparently kill kids on occasion if you need your reputation to go down. I don't know.
I'm gone.
But yeah, no, like your reputation affects the party members that you can have with you. I don't remember if this is trapped. Do you know how to pick locks, MON? I know you're a thief somewhere deep on the inside.
You have need if none are better.
What you want? This way.
That is not how you pick that. She like went up the stairs. Pathfinding.
What would you... All right.
Because characters can't move around each other. You have to move them. This does get better in Baldur's Gate 2.
Make for the group.
I can't. I am gone.
We know she can do this one because she has. There we go.
Yes?
Well, this child. Goodbye, child. We just stole from that house. It's like, is that okay? I don't know, but we stole from there. That noise was my reminder. The fuck when your job asks less when you call out sick because of what's what? Oh, would they ask less if you call out sick? Yeah, yeah. Okay. So as much as I would love to continue, we are going to send you guys somewhere just because I need to get ready for this interview. We're going to send you to Kat because she's playing Corpse Party, and I've seen Corpse Party played multiple times, and it's really good. And have a wonderful time. Thank you for coming. We will possibly continue this later. Goodbye!